think we're live. We are live on YouTube. Okay. So, what I'm wondering is this, and again, I'm ignorant. Don't know what's going on. Hey, there's MC. There's Peg. I don't yet see a picture yet, but maybe that's just because of the 8-second delay. Why is it different bringing us on YouTube as opposed to bringing Alan Stiles onto YouTube?
The thing is, it is exactly the same, even though I was told it was not different. So we have to keep adding this thing called a stream key every time we start a live stream. Do not look at the man behind the curtain, but This is very in the weeds. It used to be that they were both on the same computer, but over the weekend, someone logged out of the Sactown Sports YouTube. I'm not going to blame anyone, but someone logged out, so I have to copy things from one computer, add it to my email, paste it into that computer, and start the live stream on a completely different computer, which now I believe we've done. As for Jason, there's no ability to bring Jason up on the board because the engineer potentially didn't save the key and then someone changed it over the weekend. So I can't. Jason could come on right now if we have the capability to, but there's nothing on the board to bring up Jason.
I told both Chris and Jason last night to close out our text thread that today is the Top Gun Maverick of shows for me. And what I mean by that is I came into this show with absolutely zero expectations of anything running smooth. And I think when that happens, much like I feel like we should all look at the Sacramento Kings season coming up, much like we all looked at Top Gun Maverick, much like I'm looking at this morning show. Zero expectations other than, well, really bad expectations. And then anything good that happens is a pleasant surprise.
Dave, this has never happened to me in all the many years of working here. I think I might cry today.
Hey, if you do, just do it on the air. It's good radio. We'll just we'll isolate your mic, and then we'll just let people listen to the sound of a grown man crying for a while.
A grown man crying from frustration.
Yes, and then what are you frustrated for? What are you going to do? I understand. I'm big on frustration, but here's how my mind works. I have to triage my emotions. Is there anything you can do that you're not doing?
Right now,
is any of this your fault? And I'm not trying to place blame. I'm just saying, did you not listen during a training? Did you miss an email or a text?
I'm just like I should be asleep right now. I was out of town this weekend, and I got the text at the airport that I was coming in this morning.
Yeah,
I knew the YouTube probably wasn't going to look the same as it did on Friday.
No.
Last week was tough.
Yeah. You got it mostly right. We're not exactly, we're centered on Sactown sports, but it kind of cuts it off halfway through. Honestly, I don't care. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to worry about that today. And then as if that all weren't enough, because we are just, generally, you want to be, after summer at a sports station, you want to be hitting your stride when this is money season for it. This is where we make think about it like farming, right? You budget all year long when the crops aren't growing and you're not selling the crops, okay? So when you're growing, you got to turn the field over. That's pretty much after the Kings are out in April. We're turning the field over. We're taking out all the old veggies and plants and crap left over. Farmers are going to be like, you don't know what you're talking about. I've played some farming video games, so relax. You turn the farm over, you turn the dirt over, and then you have, middle of the summer's planting season. So we're planting all the seeds. Nothing's growing. Then as the summer goes on, again at the station, those seeds begin to grow. And then once NFL season hits, that's when the first of our crops start to produce fruit or veggies, and then we start selling them, and you get after going months without any sort of income, now you start taking them to the market, and by the time the season is in full swing, that's where you make your max profit. So think about this month right here. This is our money season. This is when all the crops are growing the fastest and the best, and we're making all the money that we save up all year long. I'm using air quotes for money. So this is where we should be. Now imagine a farm where you did all that, but like half the crops aren't growing. You forgot to plant this one. These new crops over on this side, they require some new watering procedure, but nobody knows the chemical composition. That's where we're at right now. We should be hitting our stride, and instead it's Keystone Cops. So we appreciate you joining us. And look, we will still do a very functional radio show talking about the Kings and their injuries and the 49ers and their injuries and the baseball and all that fun stuff. But we will not have Jason with us today. And also, as if that weren't enough, I have underneath this little windbreaker I'm wearing, I have a golf shirt on because our friend Phil Oates' big charity golf tournament is today, and it is 24 minutes from the station, and the shotgun start is at 10 a.m. Kyle, I'm gonna test something out on you here, and I think I know the answer. Did anybody make you aware that I will not be here the last half hour of the program?
I only know that because I overheard Verlad talking about it on Friday,
gotcha.
but no one directly told me that that was a thing that was going to happen, nor that Jason was going to be on remote.
So the only thing you really need to worry about is just, you could always bring in Alan in the last segment. You and him could do a crosstalk, but the way I would think it would work is when we get done with Barrows, you'll pick a couple of interviews from Media Day that we did. Not Zach Levine, because there's a couple of swears in there that you don't know where they are and they haven't been edited. But maybe in celebration of Keegan being hurt, we do Keegan Murray for one of them, maybe Doug Christie for the other. And you have the option of playing that in the segment after Barrows and then following up with the other one or doing a crosstalk, whichever you want to do.
So producing on the air, you are going to be here for Barrows' interview, but then leave at 9:25?
That's correct.
Got it.
That's correct. So,
that's good to know.
And then
I'm sure Alan has been told that this is going to happen.
No chance. But again, all you got to do between now and 9:24 is ready a couple of Media Day interviews and hit play. If you want to bring us back from break and say, here's Doug Christie, that's fine. If you want to just hit double click and play them, that's fine too. Very low maintenance.
Great.
Okay?
Glad to hear.
Okay. I mean, really, though, low maintenance, right?
Yeah,
You're not worried about that.
No, I've done that before.
Yeah, that won't be a big deal.
That we can do compared to all this other stuff.
Yes. So, anyways, Jason, we should, though. He is awake. We should check in with Jason Ross.
He's on the YouTube.
Is he? All right, let's see. Oh, come on. Why did you hit twice? All right, here. Bum, bum, bum. Beep, boop, bop, 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 bop. Jason Ross, everybody. Which would be funny if he's already sleeping. I'd be asleep. I would.
Hello?
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 Who's this?
Huh? This is Kyle.
Who is this?
This is Kyle.
Hi, Kyle. What can I do for you?
We have a contest going on right now, and you could win a brand new iPhone. I say iPhone because you don't want to be the one guy in the chat.
Kyle?
Kyle?
It's 6 a.m. Bye.
Oh, hold on. Hello? Hello?
There's no one on the line.
Wait a minute.
Oh no, Dave. What did you just do? Dave, what random person did you just call at 6 a.m?
Oh my God.
Dave, who was that?
I have no idea. I don't. I swear to God, this isn't a bit. I must have hit the wrong button.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did it not kind of sound like Jason, though, doing a bit at first?
Oh, at first I was like, that can't be Jason. I'm
Oh
like, that's
my
an incredible
God.
impersonation. Hold on. I got to see what phone number did you just dial?
If they call back, just profusely apologize on my behalf. That was a total. All right, let's get this right. I'm glad I really didn't do a contest. This day is starting fantastically. I legit thought that was him doing a bit.
Yeah, I just looked it up, and
You
yes.
dialed the wrong number.
I'm not going to read Jason's phone number on the air, but you typed 0 instead of a 9.
Yeah.
Hello? He dialed the wrong number.
Oh my God, that poor person. If they call back, I'll talk to them over the air. I feel so bad for them.
Well, they can't now because the line is busy.
Oh, good point right there. Well, now they have the inside line. Hey, good morning, Jason.
You dialed the wrong number. No, we didn't.
Did you hear the beginning? Like, I was doing the bit back to him. I swear to God, I thought
totally heard it. I'm sitting here laughing at my house. I'm going, what is happening here? Dave dialed the wrong, because I'm watching. I'm actually on the air link that Kyle sent me. I don't know if I'm in a little box in the studio or not, or if I can be brought up that way. But anyway, so I'm hearing you go, let's call Jay. I'm looking at my phone. I hear the phone ring. I see my phone not going. I'm like, who did he call?
I legit thought, I guess I was one digit off, and I thought you were just doing a funny bit. And then I realized it right at the end where he's like, Kyle, it's 6 a.m. and hung up the phone. And I was like, oh my God, Jason, wait, that was not. And then I looked at the number. I went, oh my God.
Wow.
I don't even know what the rules are. I mean, I know what the rules are there, but what happens when you do it by accident? I think
right. I don't know.
I think it's the board op's fault.
No, not at all. I know Kyle's feverishly trying. So am I connected to you guys? I'm working through the air link.
Really? No, you're on the...
I can see Jason.
You can see him? Yeah, but his voice is phone.
Oh, am I now on the split screen or no?
I think you are.
Well, then why is his voice phone-ish?
Well, we can see him, but we can't put his audio up because the engineer didn't save it on the board.
Hear him throwing the engineer into the bus. That's awesome.
It's not the engineer's fault.
Know.
It's I don't know whose fault. Let's just say it's for Laud's fault.
I agree. Jason, for Laud's fault, yes or no?
Sure, we'll go there.
Hey, by the way, in all seriousness, just so I get that out of my head, Kyle, did you save the number I called?
I mean, it's Jason's, but with a 9 instead of a 0.
Know, like if I said, "Hey, what's that phone number?" You could give it to me.
I can in just a second.
No, not now. Just because I feel guilty. I think I'm gonna actually call him later on my phone.
Let's not call him again.
This poor guy is probably gonna be spending all day going, "What the hell happened?"
I just love when he said, "Kyle, it's 6 a.m."
Anyway, hey, I see Jason now holding a phone to his ear, and 8 seconds ago, I think he wiped his right eye with his pointer finger, so that looks pretty good for, what we're dealing with.
I don't know why it's cropped so weird. I'm going to see if I can fix that.
Oh, then Jason went away. Hey, Jason.
No, I went away.
No, you're back.
Oh, so I'm on the screen. Oh, I froze, huh?
Yeah, did you? I thought you were just being very still.
Well, no, I'm watching both. So I'm watching the YouTube. I'm watching what looks to be the live link. I can hear you through the headsets that I'm not wearing because that's a little bit behind the cell phone. So, yeah, we're all over the place.
Isn't this like weird deja vu from when I was in Tahoe a couple weeks ago? You're holding the phone, talking into the mic.
Yes.
Hey, first off, hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
So I was just explaining. Well, you were listening.
Yeah, I've been hearing everything.
Now
after you called whoever,
that's honestly that is top 10, dude. That is something I'm going to remember for a while. And so will he, by the way.
It's just a good vibration.
Well, that's always going to be number one. You are not here. Breaking news.
Prove it.
Because you're doing something many of the folks listening right now, you just judging by our demo, our demo is largely made up. Not all, we have young, we have older, we have women, but our demo is the most popular part of our demo, most common, is middle-aged men, of which you and I are, and you.
Watch it.
I said us.
Okay.
You and I, or you today, are going to have a fun day of. You've been pre-gaming since yesterday, drinking a magic potion, and then later today, you will be explored.
I love how you say it too. How do you say the procedure? You say it a little different.
Colonoscopy.
Oh, I thought you were saying like colonoscopy.
Colonoscopy. I might, you know what? It's funny. I might be doing that. One of my really close friends since high school and frequent golf partner, his name's Colin, but I always call him Colin when I'm mad at him. And I wonder if I'm subconsciously switching it up. So, yes, Colin. Hey, you're having a butt scan.
Sure. Yeah. Little probe.
Yeah. Little
with a camera.
So you're home because
I'm putting that on YouTube.
that could send you the remote link. Yeah.
Yes.
No, you're doing what everybody should do, and this is obviously something incredibly couldn't be more close to you than this process for obvious reasons. It's a family thing, if you will. So you're being a good boy. You're doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably a little bit ahead of when most should. Yeah, my father, unfortunately, years ago passed from colon cancer. It's something that's easily, if you get it early, it's not a thing. It cannot be a thing. So anyway, with the family history, I had to get it done about 5 years ago, and then my doctor this year said, you probably should do it again. Everything was good on the first one, so let's hope everything is good on the second one. But yes, I did pregame yesterday first, Dave, and then I don't know if this is the halftime or the postgame today, but coming up in about 10 minutes, I get to take Magic Potion number 2. And a lot of Magic Potion number 2 will happen after that.
Now, I'm a dumb question here, but obviously you're not allowed to eat anything during all of this, I would assume.
No. Yeah, you're kind of clear liquids. I mean, I think they say like, broth and Jell-O, but it's like at this point, I feel like you get enough liquid consumed in the potion and following water as well. And so it's one of those things that whenever anybody has the sensation that they have to go, you have to go. Like, there's a phrase, don't trust
Yep.
And in this case, 100% don't trust it.
No, my goodness gracious. And then you'll get through what you're getting through now, and then you go to so actually has our the fasting we've done in the past maybe helping a little bit this time since you're used to this?
Honestly, yeah, because yesterday you're allowed to eat like a light breakfast or whatever. And the sad thing is, Dave, we had this lightning delay at the Sac State game that we played in Weber State at Ogden, Utah this week. So our game got delayed, almost 2 hours. We got home Sunday morning at 3:30. So I was just out when, I fell asleep. I didn't wake up till almost noon yesterday. And so it's like, light breakfast. So I basically just haven't eaten, which is fine. And so that'll just help all with this procedure, which is around noon, and then I'll be good to go.
And then how long do you get to eat as soon as you're done, if you want? Yeah, bless you, Kyle.
Pretty much, right away, I think. But it's probably a little bit like our fasting that you just don't want to jump into like, hey, let's have, a greasy hamburger and fries. So just kind of because your stomach hopefully is all cleaned out.
Well, that is something, and this is the second one you've gone through. Obviously, it's not as scary and bad as people are make it out to be. And even if it was, hey, it beats the alternative. And obviously, you unfortunately went through that, and your whole family did, and it is very preventable. And honestly, I personally would love if we got all signups and people want a live show. Just how great would it be to be in the performance lounge downstairs? You and I on stage, like on our stomachs with mics in front of us. As that's and then you know what? Why not?
You're on your side.
Oh, you're on your side. Perfect. Even better, like in the Playboy pose, just staring out at everybody while Moon River is flowing, and then maybe we have people sign up, and it's just a room full. It's Jason, like 50 of us getting colonoscopies. Wonder what the world record is for simultaneous colonoscopies.
Hey, is it that first or biscuits and gravy for our audience? Different version of biscuits and gravy.
You imagine that. That becomes our KHTK. I've been searching for a signature. Yes, the KHT colonoscopy with a K. Everybody gets a T-shirt that says, "Hey, I've been explored today," and everyone walks out and. Maybe if we don't save a life, we prevent anything bad from happening. Everybody wins.
Yeah, how about that? You already mentioned this is the Top Gun Maverick of shows today. Well, soon I'll be on the highway to the danger zone.
Before we part ways, because the blah is over, I will ask you this: 2 questions. Number 1, Keegan Murray out 4 to 6 weeks. Your thoughts? That's
such a bummer.
Yeah, no pun intended. Yes. We'll be talking about that throughout the day, what the Kings are going to do and not do, and how you handle that. And of all the play, I don't know if it would be if you were to rank players the Kings could least afford to lose. Not that they can afford to lose anyone. The only question I have in my head, Jason, is, would you put Keegan 1 or Sabonis 1? And I'm leaning Keegan just because we have Eubanks and Reynaud behind Sabonis. But, man, I don't know.
I think I would still put Sabonis, but I could be talked out of that. I mean, Keegan is by far the best two-way player on the team, right?
Yes.
And the defensive side is, as we know, has been one of the worst sides for this team. He starts, he plays the most minutes as far as the two-way guys. That's a killer. Now they can go big, they can go small. There's some versatility they can try, but I don't think any of them are the best options.
And number 2, Fred Warner out for the season. Your thoughts?
That one's worse. I mean, in this sense, because I think we said this before the year started, Dave. Like they've got a lot of good players, but they've got like a handful, like 6 special players, McCaffrey and Williams, and 2 of them are Bosa and Warner, and now those 2 are done for the season. And just the reaction to the injury, the way it looked, and then everybody else's reaction, and not only are they saying, he's our best defensive player, he's the heart and soul of the whole team. That's just, I mean, he's not coming back like, hey, maybe it's a couple weeks. No,
nope.
That one was rough, and I still thought they might sneak the game out, and then unfortunately they didn't. Not that that's it. Just even if they had won. It still would have been awful news.
And what's crazy is that with everybody, whether it's Warner, Purdy, Juwan Jennings, who's playing with apparently 5 broken ribs, literally, he said it.
Jeez.
Brandon Ayuk, blah, blah, blah. The one that has been perfectly healthy is the guy we were the most worried about, Christian McCaffrey, knock on wood.
Right. I mean, knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on something. All right, look, good luck today.
Thank you.
You will be missed, but hey, onward and upward. Hey, the show must go on, Jason.
Yeah, so you could actually see me in the little side view, I guess.
I can.
Now I see it on YouTube, but before there's no way to be brought up to the board. It's the mystery, huh?
No, exactly. I will say this: I'm glad we're testing this, and I will be curious to see. For example, Kyle, when we have Matt Barrows on later today, are you going to try this with him?
Depends if the engineer wakes up.
Well, no. Why? Oh, I get it, because I get what you're saying.
Yeah, the engineer has to just put it on the board, and in theory, it should work.
I will just say this, Jason. First test, obviously the audio, not great. Secondly, the video, there is, unlike StreamYard, there is a marked difference between, for example, my feed video-wise. If I'm 4K, you're 220p.
That also could be my computer.
That's what I was going to say. That's why I was curious about Barrows, if it's your computer or if it's we've just gone down in whatever we're doing. But you know what? We'll figure it out. The show must go on.
The show must go on, Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, Top Gun Maverick. All right, well, good luck today. We expect a full update tomorrow from a much lighter, I would imagine, Jason Ross.
Hey, it's 2 minutes now till potion time. You want me to save you some?
Would you? Yes, I would. Bring it in the morning. We could do shots of whatever that is.
Shot.
All right, good luck today, friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right, bye. Should have Jason call that guy. Apologize. That was a great first segment, and I think indicative of how the rest of the show is going to go. We will take a quick break. When we come back, safe or out, we'll get into baseball. Don't worry. We got all your Niner coverage. We got all your Keegan Murray and Sacramento Kings coverage. All that fun stuff for you throughout the day. Sit back, relax. It's Carmichael Dave. No Jason Ross, right here on Sactown Sports.
Kyle, it's 6 a.m. Bye.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I'm opening my own coffee shop.
I smell a caffeinated catastrophe.
And I needed menu boards and banners printed.
What you really needed was a reality check.
Staples really came through. They printed menus and signs, even flyers in time for my grand opening.
And that's when the other shoe dropped.
Not quite. I got $125 off my custom print order.
Cha-ching! For your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. Valid in-store and online. Ends 11/1. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Cal Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here, talking to you about my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Now, they're upgrading their offerings to you to include plumbing, bringing that same expertise and experience into the plumbing space. They're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy Home Pros. And you've heard me talk about them for years as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get a second opinion on any HVAC service or replacement, but now you can also get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. And when you really think about it, how do we know how much it's supposed to cost? At the very least, you'll know you're in the ballpark, and I can all but guarantee you they'll beat the price. They'll come out for free. They'll give you a second opinion. And all you got to do is give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Sacramento. Buckle up. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet is dropping 1 day of insane Milwaukee deals on Saturday, October 18th. Bare tools, batteries, and kits at insanely low prices. All Milwaukee hand tools, tool accessories, and Milwaukee packout boxes will be 20% off. Spend $100 and you'll get a lotto ticket for up to $1,000 off your next order. Again, that's 1 day only. October 18th at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn Road. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Better tools, better prices.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, Chris Verlaud sick. Jason Ross prepping for a colonoscopy. Carmichael Dave, the lone soldier. Kyle Ledbetter in early.
On the brink of crying.
On the brink, yes. Kyle on the brink of tears. Safe or out? And by the way, I'm hearing that we may or may not be making technological progress
Yes, fingers crossed.
Okay. Well, I'll wait and let that be a fun surprise if it happens. Question 1, please.
Safer out 1. Seattle and Detroit went approximately 55 innings in a decisive Game 5. Safer out. That was way too boring.
I've heard that from some folk, that the big extra inning deciding game between Seattle and Detroit is just like, go get it over with. And the funny thing is that I was waiting. I needed to go to bed. I was very tie-tie. And it just droned on and on and on. But that's a big giant out for me. I mean, that is to me, look, I don't want every game going to the 15th inning. And I'm really glad they don't do the stupid man on second base. I'm fine with it during the regular season just to move it along. But in a playoff game, no man on second base. You got to earn it. You got to earn it. So talk about pressure, man. And every time I thought one team was going to score, 2 men on, nobody out, bases loaded, 2 out, something. It did not happen. It just wasn't stinking happening. And then it did. And then it was wonderful. It was there's just so much darned stress that goes into something like that. High stakes. Makes me wonder if anybody at the ballpark, left, because, oh my goodness gracious, here's the Mariners talking about it. You got to can you turn me up? Will that work? All right, well, poor Kyle's got to redo some things. There we go.
Right field. Jorge Polanco with a walk-off single, and the Mariners are going to play for the American League Championship. The Mariners win the battle in Seattle.
I think myself, like everybody, thought it would be a Cal Raleigh walk-off. Doesn't matter how it works, though. That's where heroes are made in October. Question 2.
Question 2. Seattle, Milwaukee, Toronto, and the LA Dodgers. Safer out. That's the exact right order that you should want in the World Series.
Now, I'm taking out of the equation anyone that is a fan of these teams. If you are a Mariner fan, a Brewer fan, a Blue Jay fan, or, sorry for you, a Dodger fan, obviously this doesn't count for you. But if you are a fan of none of those teams, and that is not your order, I will accept a mixing up of, maybe you want Milwaukee ahead of Seattle. Even if you wanted Toronto, that's fine. But that is the acceptable order. That is the most logical order. If you are not a fan of these teams, anyone that has the Dodgers as their preferred winner, and you're not a Dodger fan, you're basically a serial killer, and you need to go seek help.
I wonder if maybe Jason Ross has a thought about the ideal order.
Oh, God, I'm scared. Hello?
I didn't hear the Yankees.
Well, they're not in it.
The Yankees?
They're not in it yet, Jason. Or anymore.
Okay.
That actually sounds, how does that sound to you, Jason? Sounds pretty good to us.
Okay, what's interesting to me on my end, for some reason, you guys are both slower.
Really?
Slower?
My normal? Yeah, it sounds like you both have been slowed down like 2 or 3 ramps.
Oh, it's interesting. I don't know why it would do that.
That's a new one.
Here's my magic potion, though, by the way, Dave. It's time.
Show the... Oh, I'm on delay. I assume you were showing the camera the magic potion. I'm waiting for it to come.
It doesn't look. It's just a
thing. It's just a
cup that you have to fill to there. I've already had that much, and that's a surprise.
Oh, and you're gonna drink this on the air? Oh, I'm so excited.
I am right now.
Look at that. Look at that. The damage is done, but oh my gosh, that is a whole load of water that you are, or whatever it is that you're.
See, yeah, this has the potion in it with water. Then I have to drink 2 more of these within the next hour. Without the potion, just water.
And then, yeehaw. you're ready to go.
Then the magic happens.
Well, that's kind of, hey, I'm assuming that cup came with the medicine that you're taking?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do you see? You know what?
I'm gonna have my doctor sign it.
I was gonna say, there's a reason right there to get a colonoscopy. Free plastic cup. Now you can use it for all kinds of recipes. You could make little biscuits out of it or a cookie cutter. There's all kinds of activities you can do with that.
So many activities.
I think it would be funny though, because all you're doing is drinking like liquid out of it. But it would be funny if you had friends over and obviously it's clean, it's in the cupboard, but hey, they want an ice water or something, and you go, hey, that's my colonoscopy cup. See if they'd be grossed out, because it's not like you were doing anything in it.
Be careful with it.
Well, Jason's going to stick with us you want to stick with us for a little bit?
I don't know. We'll see. At least I wanted to try this to see once the air link got pressed. And so we're over the air. Am I sounding okay?
You're sounding fine. I would say nothing on your end, but go ahead.
I think the one thing is that it's coming out of your computer audio, so you might just have to switch your settings to your headset.
Oh, wait, you're saying for him to hear or for him to talk?
For his sound. Like, his sound will be more clear if he switches to his headset audio.
But what about him speaking? So here I was.
Oh, yeah, he sounds fine.
I'd say 7 out of 10. He said it's fine. It's good. Kyle's right, but it doesn't have that meat to it. Yeah, it sounds a little echoey.
Okay, and I don't know.
It's not your fault.
Through the board.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, even through the early setup, it looked a little different than StreamYard, so I don't know if I did the right setup on that first, through microphone, through headset, that kind of thing.
The important thing is we can hear you.
Yes.
And that is, after the week I've had, amazing progress.
At this point.
Kyle, no crying.
Yeah, no crying, Kyle.
It still might happen, but it's getting better.
I hope that guy calls back asleep. I hope he went back to sleep with no problems.
Kyle. It's 6 a.m. So good.
We'll save question 3 because we're late for a break. We'll save question 3 for when we get back, and then we'll get into the 49ers. Jason, are you parting ways?
I don't know if it's a bit distracting. I can. I just wanted to try this. I'm glad I did, and there'll be some. I'll have to excuse myself at some point. I'm good right now.
Okay, it's not distracting. You stay with us as long or as little as you want, friend.
Okay.
We'll take a break. When we come back, the Niners lost the battle and may have just lost the war as well. Plus, we'll finish off Safer Out next.
Sacramento Kings basketball is back. Be there for opening night at Golden One Center on Friday, October 24th, when the Kings take on the Utah Jazz at 7 p.m. Following opening night, the Kings will take on the LA Lakers on October 26th and then the Golden State Warriors on November 5th. Don't miss these marquee matchups and more great games coming to Golden One Center this season. Head to kings.com/tickets to secure your seat to be part of the action.
The excitement of the game is here, and so are the model year-end savings at Stockton Honda, the best Honda dealer in Northern California. Score big with low payments, more for your trade, and a huge selection. Don't wait. The clock is ticking at StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study, recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Hey man, gaining weight, dragging throughout the day, losing your drive? It could be your testosterone. The team at Revive Men's Health Sacramento gets men back on track with the energy and drive they've been missing. Meet Tyler, Revive Men's Health Director of Operations, and witness to hundreds of success stories.
I've seen guys come in worn out, discouraged, and just not themselves. A few months into treatment, they're standing taller, speaking with more confidence. It's like watching someone come back to life. Like a light switch gets turned back on. When a spouse says, thank you, I really have my partner back better than before. That's the moment it all clicks for me. And that's why I do what I do.
Since 2011, Revive Men's Health has helped more than 120,000 men regain their energy and drive. Start your story today with an in-clinic visit or a secure video appointment. Call 916-619-3000 now to book your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation. That's 916-619-3000. Or schedule anytime at revivemenshealth.com.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
David, are you here? Can you hear me?
David? Are you here?
David?
David?
Are you here? Can you hear me?
Are you here? Can you hear me?
Question is Jason.
David?
No, Jason's on.
Here? Can you hear me?
Yes. Actually, that sounds a little better. I think.
Does it?
Yeah. He sounds a lot better. Good morning.
Okay.
How are you?
Good morning.
Oh, you look the same, though.
Sorry about that.
All right. That's
I think he looks good.
A lot of people have asked about this thing in the background. It's like a mask that has a feather on it, like one of those, I don't know, masks that you hold up over your face. I don't know what it's from. I think it's from like a Mardi Gras.
Yeah, that's got it. That looks very New Orleans-y.
Yeah, it's on top of a mirror.
Yeah, Kyle, right? He sounds perfect.
Yeah. All he had to do is just switch from his computer audio to his headset audio.
Look at you, Jason Ross. Figuring it out.
You guys are still slow to me, which is weird.
Well, that might just be lack of coffee. No.
Is it like really slow, like our voices sound like this?
Yeah.
No, I'll try to do it. So I'm going to talk like this. It would just be a little bit slower.
Really?
Yeah.
So on a scale of 1 to what's his face? Was it Dermot Mulroney and Young Guns one that said, "Did you see the size of that chicken?" It's like a 5.
4 or 5.
Okay. All right. Well, it sounds great to us.
Which is weird.
That's all that matters.
Good.
What if we talk faster?
See, that's good.
Wait, really? So if we talk a little bit faster, then it actually sounds normal? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll lose all our listeners, though, so sorry, Jason. You can be here, though.
No worries.
You can participate in question 3. We're still going to finish out Safer Out. Kyle, question 3.
All right. Both remaining series have games tonight. Safer Out. This is super dumb.
Well done on talking over the typo there.
Professional broadcast.
That's right. Yeah, so here's the thing. You've got game 2, Jason, Toronto and Seattle. That starts at 2:03, followed by Dodgers Brewers game 1 at 5:08. Well, as if that weren't goofy enough. You have the Bills Falcons at 4:15, and then for some reason, we're 6 weeks into the season, we're still doing Monday night doubleheaders. You have the Bears and Commanders at 5:15. What does that mean? That means 2:03 is game 2 of the ALCS. 4:15 Bills and Falcons. 5:08 Dodgers Brewers, and then 5:15 Bears and Commanders. This is asinine.
Is this another day that you tell parents to bring their kids home? Maybe not miss the whole day, but pick them up early.
Yeah, I mean 2:15 or 2:00 whatever is the first one. So this is one of those things. If you were one of those parents that's like, I'm not going to let my kid miss all day at school, then now you can be one of those. Okay, well he's just taking PE at the end of the day. Whatever. Let's just say he or she has a doctor's appointment. Pick him up at 1:30. You're home by the first pitch, and It's not as fun as 10 a.m. or noon games, but yeah. Plus, it's going to be rainy a little later today, Jason.
I know, and you love that. Are you going to be able to? Is the golf going to hold up today?
That's the big question everybody had last night at the little pairings party we were at. Do you know who you're with, by the way? You're secret celeb? Yeah, I do.
Are you not sharing?
Well, I found this
for tomorrow.
No. It's both. I'll share, and it's for tomorrow. I was we thought it was going to be someone. I think it was one of the celebrities' sons or something. Like, it doesn't matter. We're just there doing our thing. Everyone else is, they need the celebrities. We're just there to have fun and be silly. But then I was told that we are with a celebrity today. And I saw this celebrity last night at the event. So myself, Scott Marsh, Frank LaRosa, John Jacobs, a coworker of ours. It will be the four of us and Brad Miller.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh.
Yeah, I love Brad. But every time I socialize with Brad in any way, as we always say, Brad lives his best life. Brad likes to have a good time, and at some point during the day, he's going to throw me in the air like a rag doll. That's
hard to do.
You would think so, but not for Brad. And the last time, I think my last public interaction with Brad was somewhere in the fourth quarter of a Kings game. Maybe it was last year. And I had some pretty decent seats, and I'm sitting there, and Brad comes walking by, and he stops and goes, "Hey," and he sits on my lap for the remainder of the fourth quarter. and I'm here to tell you, Brad's not a light person. He's not unheavy. So I don't know if you ever saw the episode of The Office where Kevin sits on Michael Scott's Santa Claus leg, and then Michael can't walk for a while. That's how it was with me. By the way, I'm obviously doing a bit. I love Brad to death, and it'll be a fun and raucous day today with old Bradley Miller from Indiana.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad you guys will have fun. I just hope he doesn't throw you around.
He will, and we'll have stories tomorrow, of course. Now, are you with me on the scheduling thing? Like, I don't know what they do differently, but it just sucks. Again, it's just too much stuff all yorked into one thing.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what else. I guess baseball could take a day off, but it's you could have played just one, maybe start the National League one and get. But the rhythm of baseball is kind of every day with maybe a travel day to get to the different site. So, they challenged football yesterday by having the one game on. They're challenging football again today. That's a tough exercise for baseball. But those in those markets, I know what they're going to watch. It's just the masses. Are they going to be watching baseball or not?
Nothing beats NFL. So here you go. Now, again, in the day and age of multiple screens, it's great. You're gonna have. I will enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I'll have a baseball game on one TV, a football game on the other TV, and when they overlap, we'll split screen. And yeah, that's great. But a couple things. Number one, not everybody has split screens. Number two, some of the people that have multiple screens, maybe you're out and about, maybe you're not in a place where you can watch. There's going to be sports casualties tonight where you're going to have to skip some things. And these are all four events. I mean, if I'm being honest, the baseball is more important at this point, but these are all four events that you should be able to watch the entirety of and not have to make choices, Jason. This is 2025.
Make good choices, Dave. Make good choices.
Well, the 49ers tried to make good choices last night or yesterday afternoon. They did all they could going into Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay had some very, very close games throughout the season. And hey, it started with they're down a little bit, and then here comes Christian McCaffrey.
I formation. Juszczyk the lead blocker. The handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey up the middle. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers.
They get a nice little field goal from Eddie Guerrero to tie it up, and then Sean Tucker did his thing.
The ball is spotted on the San Francisco 49er 9-yard line. Now Sean Tucker checks in. to the game, and he'll be the setback. Baker Mayfield under center, kicks the leg, a tight end in motion to the right, hand the ball off. Tucker tries to get outside, inside the 5, to the 3-2-1, touchdown Tampa Bay. Sean Tucker takes it to the house. Fire the cannons.
Second quarter, Baker Mayfield to Cam Johnson.
Second down 10 from the 49er 34-yard line, moving left, shotgun look, sidecar right. In motion, Cameron Johnson dropping to throw. Mayfield pressure coming, throws the ball downfield. Got a wide open, caught ball. Cameron Johnson, touchdown Tampa Bay. Touchdown Tampa Bay.
That was a hell of a catch, too. 2013. Niners would get in the end zone. 2019 was the score, and Tez Johnson with the catch.
Second down and 11. Shotgun look, Tucker in the backfield in motion. Baker Mayfield, belt high snap, looks upfield, throws the ball downfield. He's got a receiver open. It's a caught ball. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Touchdown Buccaneers. It's Tez Johnson. Touchdown Buccaneers. What a throw by Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, Jason, they were doing their thing, and unfortunately, Mac Jones finally showed he was human.
Fourth down and 6. They line up in the shotgun, in motion, Tongas to the left slot. Kicks the right leg, Jones. Here comes pressure. Gets the pass away. Caught ball, first down. Oh, intercepted. Picked off. Buccaneers have it. Tampa Bay's Jamel Dean picks off the pass.
Yeah, that stopped that momentum because the Niners' offense was actually looking really, really good. The heartbreaker in this game, though, play of the game, and you see him do this almost every game, Jason. Baker Mayfield just finds a way to make it happen in open space.
Third down and long. Here's the snap, belt high, dropping to throw. Baker's going to be sacked. Oh, he gets out of the sack. He runs to his left, cocks the arm. He's going to zigzag to the right, breaks another guy. He fights his way close to the first down. What a great effort by Baker Mayfield. Do they give him a first down?
We got it.
Give him a first down, Mr. Ref. They do.
Yeah, Jason. I hated that it happened against my team, but the Baker Mayfield legend continues to grow. He has that thing, and it's fun to watch because he was damn near out of the league. And now you've got a bunch of teams, whether it's Carolina, whether it's Cleveland, kicking themselves. And I just go back to that game he showed up with when he filled in with the Rams. And just really starting that comeback and seeing him do stuff like that. He's just such a spiritual leader of that team on the field. And every time you thought the Niners might have him on the ropes, here he comes.
That's why he's been in the talk. I know it's still early, but MVP talk, their record, the way he's played, the injuries they've overcome. I mean, we talked a lot about what the Niners have gone through, but he's had to go through that, losing weapons at a rapid rate as far as receivers and skill players and linemen. So he's been awesome, and we've talked about him for a while, just kind of being that gamer, that tough guy. Got hit, and he'll get in the guy's face. I just like the way he plays.
Well, we all love the way Fred Warner plays as we go to break. We'll get into this more with Matt Barrows at 9 and Niners at 9. Here's Kyle Shanahan on that devastating injury.
Dislocated. I think it broke too, so we'll end up having surgery. Obviously a huge blow. Feel bad for Fred right now. He was in good spirits, though. He's got a good foundation, and got a lot of faith in Tatum, and he's the next man up, and he's going to have to do it throughout the year.
Yeah, next man up. They've been doing that a lot, Jason.
Yes, they have. They're going to have to keep doing it. And look, they're still talented. They got a lot of good players. They're really well coached. But this is one that, I got to imagine that was a rough playing home just because of the emotional loss of Fred Warner, besides the physical loss of losing him.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Keegan Murray. And when it rains, it pours, guys. Surgery. We'll let you know how long he's out, why he's having surgery, and speaking of next man up, next.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
The holidays are here, full of joy, family, friends, and yes, a little hustle and bustle. That's why you need Aleve. Between cooking, shopping, and all those extra errands, aches and pains can sneak in. Aleve is here to help with long-lasting body pain relief. Don't let body pain slow you down. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, you can keep up with the season's magic and all that awaits. Pick up Aleve and get back to what really matters, making memories. Use as directed.
Introducing your new Dell PC with the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps you handle a lot, even when your holiday to-do list gets to be a lot. Like organizing your holiday shopping and searching for great holiday deals and customer questions and customers requesting custom things, plus planning the perfect holiday dinner for vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and Uncle Mike's carnivore diet. Luckily, you can get a PC with all-day battery life to help you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside, backed by Dell's price match guarantee. Get yours today at Dell.com/deals. Terms and conditions apply. See Dell.com for details.
KHD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sactown Sports 1140. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, Jason informed us during the break that his magic drink has kicked in. So we have kicked him off in the nicest of ways. We appreciate him joining us at all.
Gross.
Hey, we got our first text of the day from the 916. Excuse me, the 209. I should have known. Shut up, Dave Baker sucks. I hear you, but he doesn't. He's a great story, but didn't enjoy that much today, or yesterday, I should say. Good luck to Jason, and I'm sure we'll have a full recap of Jason's colonoscopy.
Gross.
Tomorrow on the Colonoscopy Tuesday segment of the program. In the meantime, it's myself and Kyle for the next 2.5 hours. Matt Barrow's joining us at 9 a.m. You'll get some media day recaps shortly after that, including Keegan Murray pre-injury. Speaking of Keegan Murray, 3 for Madness. Question 1.
Question 1. With Keegan out a month or two, what should the Kings over-under on wins be for the first 20 games?
Well, before I give my answer, I asked this in anticipation of this segment. I asked this of many of y'all that follow on Twitter. And what I did is I actually posted the first 20 games in the schedule. No, excuse me, the first 17. And here's some of the answers we got. I don't see one winnable game. 2-0 start, then 15-game losing streak. 1-14, plus or minus 3. Maybe 4 wins. 2 wins. Hey, 10-7. 3-15. That's not the right math. The Utah game is our playoffs. Otherwise, it's 0-17. I would say this, again, with the caveat of this is the understanding that no crazy injuries are going to happen between now and those games on somebody on another team. Nobody else is getting injured on this team, and no moves are made in between now and then. Those are the things you cannot account for. So as it is right now, your first 17 games, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Kyle, let me just run through it with you because I want to show my work. Very simple. I'm going to give you the game. You tell me win or loss. That's it, okay? We're going to lightning round this, all right? Opening at Phoenix.
I'll go win.
Okay. Home Utah.
Win.
Home Lakers.
Lose.
At OKC.
Lose.
At Chicago.
Win.
At Milwaukee.
Lose.
At Denver.
Lose.
Home Golden State.
Lose.
Home OKC.
Lose.
Home Minnesota.
Lose.
Home Denver.
Lose.
Home Hawks.
I'll throw him a bone. I'll say win.
At Minnesota.
Lose.
At San Antonio.
Win.
At OKC.
Lose.
At Memphis.
I'll say win.
At Denver.
Lose.
Okay, so you have them one game better than I do, and I think we can both admit you threw them a couple of bones.
Yes, the Hawks one's going to be tough.
I have them at 5-12 through the first 17. You have them at 6-11. If you followed along at home, who knows what you've got, but I would imagine it's somewhere in that neighborhood. Now, I will tell you one thing I know for a fact. There's at least going to be 1 or 2 of those losses that are going to be wins, and there's going to be at least one of those wins that's going to end up being a loss. That's just how it works. But I think when it's all said and done, that first 20 games is going to be rough.
So back when I thought I would be doing the show with Alan today, I did some research based on your 5-12 hypothesis. So in order for them to get to 48 wins,
yes,
after starting 5-12.
By the way, why is that just an arbitrary number? 48 wins.
48 was the 8 seed last year in the West.
I gotcha. Okay, so that's why we chose it.
So 48 was Memphis in the West. In order to get to 48 wins, they would have to go 43-22. The rest of the season. Just for reference, these are the only teams that went 43-22 the last 65 games last year. Thunder, Cavs, Celtics, Pacers, end of list.
So here's where, well, you know what? Let's move on because this will tie into question number 2.
Question 2.
Okay, so is it that bad? What?
I don't think they can hear you. Lower that music, would you?
Let's see. Okay, so it's that bad. What, if any, do you expect? I'm sorry. What were you trying to say? So
okay, no, that's not your fault. I wrote it weird. Okay, so if it's that bad.
Okay, that's what I thought. It says it's.
Yes, it's like the ice cream sandwich.
I tried to power through, and even I.
No, good point.
Okay, so if it's that bad, what, if any, do you expect the fallout to be?
So here's what the fallout should be. I want to be really clear about this, and I want to do it ahead of time. Here's where the Kings are almost in a comically bad situation. If they were a normal franchise, somewhat normal franchise, this is what, based on what you laid out, which is accurate, if they were to be in the 5-12, 4-13, 6-11 range. Now, look, let me be clear. If they were to go through the stretch and somehow be 12-5, 11-6, hell, if they were somehow going to be 8-9, I would say, okay, this would change this whole parameter. What I'm about to say is based solely on the thought, and we just went over the schedule, that they will likely be somewhere in the neighborhood of 5-12, give or take a game after their first 17. If they were a normal franchise, you could actually arguably look at this Keegan Murray injury and say, if there is a bright side to it, and it's tough to bright side anyone being injured, much less Keegan, but if there was a bright side, it would be that this will send a message to the organization if anybody left that was on the fence. It would send a clear message that, you're not competing this season. And you can either try to do all this crazy short-term stuff to squeeze out a play-in or a first-round exit, which is what we thought the ceiling was anyways, or you can just accept that you're not going to be, as we said last Friday, almost certainly, like this year, and we haven't even started it yet, so I get why people are frustrated. This year's a throwaway year. Sorry, it is. And we're going to stay consistent with that. It's this year, there's no hope. I'll say it again, there is zero hope this season. Any hope you claim to have, and it's fine if you do, you're absolutely fooling yourself. There's no hope of any relevant competition this year. The best you can hope for is a play-in or a first-round exit. That's it. If that's what you're hoping, you may get that. Odds are you're missing the whole slew of everything. So that would be the signal that we've been hoping, many of us, because we don't speak as one unit, that we've been hoping the franchise would get and go, okay, well, then we need to operate that way, which means that all of our focus needs to be on trying to move DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and I understand being on the fence on this one, but perhaps even Domantas Sabonis, in an effort to clear everything out, get our youth in there, reset with players that are on our timeline. I'm not talking about tank. I don't think they're going to need to tank. I think that they're already going to be bad. But to put themselves in a financial position to start gathering youngs and picks and try to Detroit, San Antonio, Houston, OKC, whatever their way back into contention in a couple of years. Because when we looked at the salary tables on Friday, we pointed out that they don't have any breathing room as it stands right now, any significant breathing room for another 2 years. And you might say, well, what good is that going to do? We don't draft well. What good is that going to do? The draft isn't a guarantee. You're right. I don't have a good response for that because there isn't a truthfully good response. What I can tell you is that a 10, 20, 30%, whatever percentage you want to put on us hitting in the draft with even a career NBA player that's going to have a 10-year career, much less be an all-star or a superstar, those odds are far, far, far better than this team competing for a title at any point. There's absolutely no chance. And yes, it sucks because you would think, well, we should have started this earlier, or the De'Aaron Fox trade should have kicked this whole thing off. Yes, you're right about all of that. You're 100% correct. But if you don't start now, you're going to be saying in 2 years, we should have started 2 years ago. And Keegan Murray being out, Keegan is arguably, now Jason and I wouldn't say we disagree. We're both on the fence here. You could make a great argument that Keegan Murray is actually even more important than Sabonis when it comes to who can you least stand to lose. Sabonis is a better player. He's a better player, full stop, all around right now. But Keegan Murray is our best two-way player. He's arguably our best. Well, Keon is, but he's our best all-around defender. In other words, Keegan can defend more positions than Keon Ellis. But and this has been a problem since I sat with Monty McNair at training camp last year, and you guys, some of you will remember us sitting face-to-face and me asking Monty, because who the hell was it, Jordan McLaughlin or whatever we were coming to the year with, whatever his name is, what are we doing at the 4? We have nothing legit at the 4. We have a problem at the 4. Here we are 2 years later. Well, okay, to be fair, a year later. And a De'Aaron Fox trade later and a draft later, and we have no more depth. We're so poor at power forward that we've been playing poor Keegan Murray out of position and putting him at the 4. And before that, it was Harrison Barnes, who is also not a power forward. But he's more of a power forward than Keegan is. As it stands right now, if you just move everybody down, you would have Keon Ellis moving into the starting lineup, and then you would have Zach LaVine at the 3 and DeMar DeRozan at the 4. To be clear, DeMar DeRozan is 6'6", 220. Zach LaVine is 6'5", 200. And obviously Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder aren't doing it.
Also, I'm a nerd, so the nerd stats say like Zach LaVine was like one of the worst defenders in the NBA last year.
Because he is.
But like, you don't understand, people. He was like really bad.
And now you're asking him to defend threes, which is probably the most difficult of all 5 positions. It has the most talent at that position, the 2 and the 3.
Guard Kevin Durant.
Yeah, good luck. Personally, I'm not saying, hey, look, there is no good answer here. But before you, and by the way, I don't know if the Kings are going to do this. I'm just looking at what could happen. Before I did any of that, I would either I'd move Darius Saric at the 4 and give that a shot. At least Saric is 6'10". See what he's got left. I'd take a look at Isaac Jones. Again, these are not great options. Then I'd also take a chance or take a look at playing Sabonis and Reynaud together, which I know they're taking a look at that right now. There have been some things in practice where they're both on the floor at the same time. Again, none of these are great options.
Unless Maxime is going to end up being the next insert your tall man here.
Sure.
Daniel Gafford.
Sure. And that's a lot to put on a rookie, but hell, I'd take it. I would so much rather have them starting both Nick Clifford and Max Reynaud and Keon Ellis, and I just don't even care. Like, I do not care. If in my perfect world, I would probably here's my perfect imperfect lineup for the Sacramento Kings this year. I would put either Keon Ellis or Malik Monk or Devin Carter at the 1. Let's say Devin Carter at the 1, okay? Then I'd probably put Keon at the 2. I'd put Reynaud at forward, Sabonis at center, and Nick at the 3. Let's have fun.
Just see what happens.
It's going to be a bad team. But I want to see what Reynaud does with 30 minutes a night. I want to see what Clifford does with 30 minutes a night. I want to know what the hell Devin Carter is finally. He hasn't even played a full year. I want to give Keon Ellis a chance to shine. And then, obviously, when Keegan Murray comes back, plug him in for whatever the weak spot is. You can move whatever around and play Keegan and build around him and make him the number 1 option. But I said earlier this is if the Kings are a normal team or have somewhat. They are in such ridiculously terrible shape because even if they got the clear message, to that, guys, we gotta reboot here. This ain't working. This ain't working. Even if they decided to go with that, okay. Well, now what? It's not that easy because there's a thing called salary, and there's the problem with trades is you need 2 to tango. Now, Zach LaVine makes $47.5 million this year, which jumps up to $50 million next year on a player option, which he will absolutely take.
Can we cross our fingers? Maybe?
Hey, go ahead.
Maybe not?
If I'm Zach LaVine, the only way I see him not taking that is if somebody steps up and maybe gives him like a 5-year, $180 million, $200 million deal where they'll pay him 35 or 40 a year. They'll extend it. They'll just, that's better than paying. He ain't getting $50 million a year somewhere else.
I think the only way I see him declining it is if Aspiration steps up and pays him $25 million under the table.
For real. So if you're saying, well, of course we should move these guys so that you can play the youth. Okay. Who are you trading Zach LaVine to? Who's as I said last week, at this point, no disrespect to Zach. This is never any disrespect to him or his game. He's a really unbelievably talented offensive player. He really, truly is. And he seems like a good dude. This is just all about salary and what point of the journey the Kings are on. But there is one team in the NBA dumb enough to trade for Zach LaVine. And they did it last year for De'Aaron Fox. There's literally the Bulls. You have to remember, the Bulls, before they traded Zach LaVine, were calling teams and offering sweeteners. Like, we'll attach a first-round pick if you take him. When I said last week I would trade Zach LaVine for a second-round pick, I wasn't joking. Like a conditional 2031 second-round pick, highly protected. A 2031 conditional second-round pick, protected 29-1. I would trade Zach LaVine for that right now because it gets him off the books. There is no way on God's green earth, unless Scott Perry is the second coming of Jeff Petrie and Sam Presti and Red Auerbach combined, that you're getting basketball for basketball talent back for Zach LaVine. It's just no chance, dude. You're probably going to have to give up some draft capital. You're probably going to have to take on some other cap filler that hopefully expires before. So you're unless massive injuries happen, or maybe a team, and I don't wish injuries on anyone, but I don't know, maybe a team like the Celtics is like, yeah, we're not getting Tatum back, we need something here. Or a team like Indiana is like, we need score. The Lakers, something like that. You're probably stuck with Zach LaVine for the season unless you get lucky. DeMar DeRozan is infinitely more tradable than Zach LaVine for two reasons. One, he's making just under $25 million this year. Secondly, next year's contract is partially guaranteed. So you're effectively trading and expiring sort of DeMar DeRozan, who's still in the right system with the right team in the right place, can be very helpful. He still has 20-plus points a game to give, and he's a consummate teammate, good locker room guy. So, yeah, you probably can trade him. And the other one would be Sabonis. And I think, honestly, I love Domantas Sabonis. I defend him all the time. There was this big, one of them stupid poll questions online last weekend. Who would you take for next year alone, Şengün or Sabonis? And for me, the answer is it's Sabonis for next year. If it goes beyond that, I'll probably take Şengün. But Sabonis has him in almost every single category, period, end of statement. Efficiency, box plus minus, value over replacement player, everything, pretty much. I think Şengün has 0.8 blocks to Sabonis' 0.4, and that's about it. But I truly don't know what Sabonis' trade value is. I got to think it's something. It's not going to be a Tyrese Halliburton type of thing. And I don't think you can use Sabonis to trade LaVine unless it's a three-way deal. But if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. If you told me, let me put it a different way. If you told me the only way to get rid of, to be able to trade LaVine and DeRozan would be to trade Sabonis and you get all three, I'd do that in a heartbeat. For where this team needs to go, I'd do that in a heartbeat. An absolute heartbeat.
Even if you're not getting a long-term piece in return. Like Sabonis's value goes down because you're attaching the other players.
100,000%, and I'll explain why. I know that's tough to take on the surface, but this is the new NBA. This is the way it works. By trading all three of them, you're knocking $120 million off your payroll next year. $120 million of a $161 million payroll. By the way, that 161 is before you extend Keon Ellis and before you extend Keegan Murray, who I think becomes extension eligible today, maybe tomorrow. So take that 161 and really make it 200. You're still knocking 120 off of that with three guys that are not getting you to the playoffs. In addition to that, because, Kyle, this is how it actually works. It's not tanking, it's rebuilding. In addition to that, getting rid of that 120, which would allow you to do a number of things. It would allow you to trade for distressed stars that teams in the Kings position right now.
Like Brooklyn just did.
It would allow you to take on salary in exchange for draft capital that's expiring. In other words, contending team needs to make a move. They can't because they've got this dead weight. They bring in Sacramento three-way. Sacramento acquires this injured or way overpaid player that's expiring at the end of the year in exchange for a couple of picks. And you're buying effectively these picks.
It's like how the Luka trade technically was a 3-team trade.
Yeah.
Danny Ainge was fiending for second-round picks.
You've seen San Antonio. San Antonio has been involved in a couple of our deals, just facilitating. That's how they got our 2031 unprotected pick swap, which I will never, ever forgive them for. Because that was just them facilitating. I think the Barnes trade. That was just them facilitating.
Yeah, that's how they got DeRozan.
Yeah. San Antonio just came in and was like, yeah, we'll take on some of this and some of that. Okay, cool. Oh, cool. Now we have an unprotected 2031 first. In addition to the cap space, in addition to giving yourself the ability to start gathering assets, it is addition by subtraction because now the Maxime Reynaud's, the Nick Cliffords, the Keon Ellis's, the Devin Carters all have room to play. And thirdly, by doing that, you're going to get significantly worse on the floor, short-term pain, long-term gain, which also increases your ability to get a high lottery pick, which increases your chances, though we have definitely bucked that trend, but increases your chances of getting a star in the draft or trading that pick to somebody who knows how to draft for a star. There's so many options you have by doing that. That is what the fallout should be. But, of course, will the Kings try to outsmart themselves? We'll take a break. When we come back, let's talk about the injuries. Let's stop looking at the big picture, look at the immediacy. How long is he out for? Who's going to step up? And speaking of injuries, your San Francisco 49ers, or are they cooked? We'll talk about it next.
For the latest from Kings training camp,
Tune in to Sactown Sports 1140.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder. Thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Drive Into Fall event?
When it comes to getting the right truck, options are important. So this month at Hoblet, you have 2 options that will save you thousands. Right now, save up to $9,000 off MSRP on the brand new 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cabs. Or you can save thousands on finance charges with 0% interest for 60 months.
I'm sorry, did you just say 0% financing? I thought those days were long gone.
Not at Hoblet. We're always looking for ways to save you money. Plus, we have Northern California's best selection of Ram trucks with hundreds of new Rams available.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$9,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie after $6,000 factory rebates and $3,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include $2,000 select inventory bonus cash, $500 on the job upfit, must show eligible upfit. Special 0% for 60-month financing in lieu of rebates. No down payment required on approved credit. Must have 700 plus FICO to qualify. $1,666 per $1,000 borrowed. 5% savings. See dealer for details.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
A torn UCL ligament in his left hand. Finger, whatever. Keegan Murray is out 4 to 6 weeks. He will undergo surgery, I assume, today or tomorrow. And, yeah. I guess it's only, my mental health is only helped by the fact that I have already had real bad expectations for this season. I just want to take a moment and I want to say again, it gives me absolutely no pleasure to do segments like yesterday or like this last segment or on Friday where I'm basically coming out as, look, any list of craziest, longest Kings fans is, I'm going to be somewhere on that list. I'm a diehard Kings fan. I am a Kings fan before I am a fan of any other team. I'm a Niner fan. I'm a Seminole fan. I am a Giants fan. There is no team I want to see win more than the Sacramento Kings. I would sacrifice wins. If it meant the Kings were winning a title and you told me that none of my other teams would even make the playoffs for the next decade, I already took the bet. I would already take that trade. The moment it came out of your mouth, that offer, I would take it in a heartbeat. There's no championship I want more than the Sacramento Kings. And I'm talking championship. Look, I just want them to be like legit relevant. We got a sniff of that a couple years ago with the 3 seed. It felt fluky. It was fluky, it turns out, but I don't care. It was just fun. That first round series was awesome. It sucked that we lost, but what a great time to be at Golden One Center and downtown. And I miss, back in the Arco days in the early 2000s, man, I miss afternoon, second round, third round games when everybody's gathered in and you do your thing and you get a win, hopefully, and then you go have an amazing rest of your weekend. There are people that can legally drive, there are people that can legally drink, that have zero idea. I think I'm actually looking at one right now. You have zero idea what it's like to experience a second round series in this city, correct?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I would have been 3 years old the last time they were in the second round.
So we have a guy that is producing the flagship morning show for the flagship station of the team.
Well, I guess midday, but I'm here today.
Yeah, good point. And you have no idea what it's like for this team to even be in the second round because you were not conscious of the world the last time it happened.
That is 100% correct, yes. I don't even remember the last time they made the playoffs before 2023.
Just, coming out of wintertime, entering into spring, it's beautiful weather here. Everybody goes in for the afternoon game. You're pre-gaming. You're at the restaurants or in Arco's case, tailgating. You go in. It's loud as hell. You get a win. Everyone's lubed up after, ready to go out to, well, in this case, it'd be downtown. So everybody filters out into Doco. Whereas before at Arco, it was everybody just goes into the parking lot because there's nothing around there. Now it would be everybody filters out and just goes to Sauced or, the Punch Bowl Social or whatever the hell. It's the city. Everybody, the fountains are turned purple. The city hall has purple lights on it. Everyone's got a Kings flag in there. It really is a different atmosphere. It's very Green Bay Packery. It's very like University of Nebraska football type, like Midwestern. This is all we have type of thing. And I hate the fact that this is everybody's first stop before they start their day, and they want to tune in and hear Kings news. And I'm sitting here, and I got two choices, man. I can come and be like, well, guys, Keegan's out, but it's next man up, and you just don't know. And then start like killing myself to find situations where teams of the past in any sport have outweighed expectations and been a huge, huge, huge surprise. Knowing that I am doing everyone dirty and just lying and not being truthful in my mind.
I almost did that exact research this morning.
It's from a business standpoint, it's the right thing to do. We want people to listen to the games. We want them to be engaged. Every year when we look at the numbers for this station, they generally they go way up in October, November because, hey, everyone's filled with optimism. They start to go down in December and January and early February, and they get to they get tough in February. We get buoyed by NFL playoffs and Super Bowl and all that.
Or a major trade.
Well, then they spike during trade season, and at the trade deadline, they spike to levels at or even above where we were in October, November. And then when the Kings eventually get eliminated, 5 minutes later, they just like there's so many different reasons why it's good for the Kings to be relevant. And I hate how depressing it is. I hate that but I can't do that. Like, you have to, worst case scenario is, dude, I'm wrong and somehow miraculously they're good. And man, I want to live in that world, but I'm not wrong and they're not going to.
Yeah, because then there would be 5,000 comments on the YouTube like, this loser Carmichael Dave didn't believe.
Bring it all day long. It really is a crap position for me too, because what I'm not going to do, like when I get those now, I'll get the occasional, like, dude, you're writing off the season before it even starts. God, what is this Debbie Downer? What I'm not going to do is in 30 games when they're freaking 10 and 20, I'm not going to save those and go back to them and be like, see?
Well, you can now do that on the text line.
No, I know I can. But I'm saying I won't do that. Whereas I guarantee you if I'm wrong, they're all coming back at me. And guess what? I want to live in that world.
We can keep doing this rant, but remind me at the end of the segment. I have a funny story about that on the text line with you and me.
Very good. Out of curiosity, did you feel the January, February dip during the Beam Team years? Absolutely not. No. There was no dip.
That year was magical.
That year was amazing. It was. To be honest with you, it turned out that October, November were the lowest parts of the season because we still had a spike, but then as the season continued on, it just kept going and going and going and going. And then by the time we got to January, February, man, things were cooking. Shows were popping. Everyone's tuned in. Everyone's in a great mood. Yeah, no, there was no dip there.
That season was perfect from start to, from 6 games in to finish.
As perfect as it can be here.
Honestly, I don't know if it's ever going to get better than that.
Well, I hope it does. I really do.
I mean,
I hope it does.
I'd like to think so, but
I know.
History says I don't think it's ever going to get more pure than that season.
And the longer that we delay, the Sacramento Kings. Here, we got to move on. I want to touch this Niners stuff, but I don't know if we'll have time. Here's the thing: the Sacramento Kings franchise is like the stubborn guy that just doesn't feel right, but refuses to go to the doctor because he just doesn't like doctors and doesn't want to go through all the stuff. Meanwhile, months, weeks pass on. He feels even less right. Eventually, it gets to the point where it's not that he doesn't feel right. It's that there's a problem and he has to go to the hospital. And he goes to the hospital and they go, yeah, you have insert horrific disease there, here. You have blank. And if you make it, it's going to be a hell of a road. We could have avoided this had you come in right when you started to feel a little off and gotten tests, and we could have caught this thing early before it spread. But you decided just to be stubborn because you didn't want to pay your bill, figuratively. So you decided to delay and be stubborn. Oh, I'll just work my way through this. We'll just keep moving forward. Superman complex. Well, eventually the bill is going to come due, and eventually you're going to have to pay it. And that's how the Kings have been when it comes to this step back and rebuild. Historically, they tried to power their way through. Even Jeff Petrie was guilty of this, if you really want to be honest. Old heads will remember in the mid-2000s, the mid-level exception guys, the Sharif Abdul-Rahims, the Mikey Moores. Every year, the instruction from the Maloofs was do whatever you can do to stay relevant and stay in the playoffs. We can't step back right now. We're trying to get an arena done. So Jeff Petrie had to try to just get it, instead of like what they do with the Patriots, or did with Belichick, which was sell early. Better to sell early than sell late. No, we sold late. And then Vivek took over, and the mandate internally was be a playoff team when Golden One Center opens. That was the mandate. Be a playoff team at all costs. Well, we weren't. And we had the worst draft stretch of 7 years, 8 years of any team in NBA history. It is the worst draft, and that's not counting Bagley, by the way. The worst draft stretch, considering where we were picking, of any NBA team in history. And we're here again now. And once again, it doesn't feel right. You have two choices. You can either go to the doctor and do what everybody else has to do, get in line, and go through the pain, or you can continue to just try to hold on and be stubborn. And guess what? We're going to be back in this spot again in another 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And we'll be having the same conversation. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's go around the NFL, talk 49ers as well. Tough day for them as the good news rolls on right here on Sactown Sports.
I found out that one of my players was vaping. And I said, hey, right now is the time to be honest with me. He said almost everybody in my team was vaping. The next day, all the parents came in. I said, how many of you guys think that your kids are vaping? Not one of them raised their hand. There's a joint fight to make something better. We don't sit back and let it happen.
Coach Sanchez is exposing Big Tobacco's playbook. Learn how he and other Californians are beating Big Tobacco at undo.org.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
The holidays are here, full of joy, family, friends, and yes, a little hustle and bustle. That's why you need Aleve. Between cooking, shopping, and all those extra errands, aches and pains can sneak in. Aleve is here to help with long-lasting body pain relief. Don't let body pain slow you down. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, you can keep up with the season's magic and all that awaits. Pick up Aleve and get back to what really matters, making memories. Use as directed.
Introducing your new Dell PC with the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps you handle a lot, even when your holiday to-do list gets to be a lot. Like organizing your holiday shopping and searching for great holiday deals and customer questions and customers requesting custom things, plus planning the perfect holiday dinner for vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and Uncle Mike's carnivore diet. Luckily, you can get a PC with all-day battery life to help you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside, backed by Dell's price match guarantee. Get yours today at Dell.com/deals. Terms and conditions apply. See Dell.com for details.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Born in 1892 to a socially prominent family, she was the consummate athlete, proficient in golf, tennis, marksmanship, swimming, and car racing. Many considered her the greatest horsewoman of the century. She was a pioneer in the field of golf course development with 3 world-class courses on her resume: the Women's National Golf and Tennis Club, Cypress Point, and Pasatiempo. Working for SFB Morse of Pebble Beach fame led to her second golf course development, which many consider to be the greatest golf course in the world, Cypress Point, where she developed a lifelong friendship and professional relationship with famed architect Alistair McKenzie. Pasatiempo in Santa Cruz was her third development, where she hosted the likes of Bobby Jones, Will Rogers, Babe Saharias, and more. Today, her place is alongside many others in the World Golf Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Marion Hollins, a visionary golf course architect and pioneer of the game. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Well, we said, I hate to sound like a broken record here, we said with the Sacramento Kings, the maybe one guy you couldn't lose because of the lack of depth is Keegan Murray. Well, rinse, repeat, copy, paste, Control-C, Control-V. Fred Warner. And the Niners lost him. Anytime you hear announcers say, that's the only time we're going to show that, out of respect for the player and his family, you know it's a bad injury. Now, here's the good news, okay? By all intent, first off, This was not a life-threatening thing. This was not some scary thing where we're looking for movement from his extremities. There are levels of injury, and though this is a devastating one, it appears that this is a fully recoverable injury for Fred Warner. Here's Kyle Shanahan postgame.
Dislocated. I think it broke too. So we'll end up having surgery. Obviously a huge blow. Feel bad for Fred right now. He was in good spirits, though. He's got a good foundation, and but got a lot of faith in Tatum, and he's the next man up, and he's going to have to do it throughout the year.
And that's all. That's all that they can say. Of course it's next man up. Of course they're aware of it. You can't have a post game where the coach and the players are like, well, that's a wrap, dude. Season's over. That's a wrap, brother. We've been doing this thing with bubble gum and silly putty and tape and paper clips and string. But that's all we can stand, and we can't stand no more, said a great philosopher once. Well, I will say this. Somebody last week said, hey, man, you've been really down on these Niners. They're 4-1. And the thing is, now I'm going to tick off the other side, the no participation trophy side, the no excuses side, the no moral victory side. I'm just saying, as a Niner fan, and you guys fan however you want to fan. I'm as proud of this team as I've been of a Niner team in a long, long time, including some of their best teams, Super Bowl caliber teams. What Kyle Shanahan and what this team have managed to do with half of an all-pro team sitting on the sidelines, whether it's Brandon Ayuk, whether it's the worries with Christian McCaffrey, whether it's Ricky Pearsall, whether it's
Kittle,
George Kittle, whether it's Juwan Jennings playing with, as he said, 5 broken ribs, whether it's Brock Purdy, whether it's Nick Bosa, and now Fred Warner, like, there's only so much you can take, man. There's only so much you can take.
Didn't Trent Williams also get hurt at some point, but he's playing through it?
Yeah, he's not, Trent's always got something banged up and manages to roll out there usually. And now they're looking at a home game versus the Falcons that's not going to be a picnic, although the Falcons will be on a short week and the Niners will be at home. Then you go to Houston, and Houston's been looking a lot better these last few weeks. Depending on where they're at, the Giants are no longer a walk in the park, at least not based on last week's dismantling of the Eagles, and that's November 2nd. Then you get the rematch with the Rams, at the Cardinals, home Panthers, at Browns, home Titans. Now, that should be and was supposed to be the stretch. Even at Colts, remember that? Think about this stretch before the season started. At Cardinals, home Panthers, at Browns, home Titans, at Colts, home Bears, before they finish off against the Seahawks.
Seems easy.
Part of the problem is they don't even get their bye week until after that November 30th game at the Browns. And Niner fans don't have to remember too far back to a rainy, windy day in Cleveland where they went in. I forget what the final score there was. It was something stupid like 9-7 when they lost in Cleveland. Was not that long ago.
When Moody missed the field goal at the end.
Well, I mean, you got to narrow it down.
The first one.
You got to narrow it down more.
was that that? I'm trying to remember now. Was that the actual game that he got hurt in?
It wasn't. Sorry, yeah, it might have been. It wasn't 19. It wasn't 9-7. I almost remembered it was 19-17.
Wow, the Browns scored 19 points. That's something they literally haven't done this season.
2 years ago. Yeah. It was Brock Purdy's first loss as a starter. They had a regular season winning streak at 15 that was stopped when Jake Moody missed a 41-yard field goal with 6 seconds left. So you don't have to go that far back to have bad memories. The thing that sucks, man, Mikael Williams, Alfred Collins, Upton Stout, like they've had some hits in the draft this year.
D. Winters has been a breakout.
Absolutely. McCaffrey, if you told me before week 1, if you showed me McCaffrey's touches in the first 6 weeks and his production, be like, dude, okay, let's rock. And I'm sitting here, and it's still in the back of my head. I'm waiting for that dam to break. No thing I forgot about McCaffrey being a ticking time bomb.
I was joking about this with Alan. You know how like in horror movies where like you've made it to the end and there's like 2 characters left and you're like shocked that one of the characters hasn't died yet? That's basically McCaffrey's.
Yeah.
Like I did not expect you would be the one to make it to the end of the movie.
No, he's like the dude in them Final Destination movies that escaped death early and is still like, you're just waiting for like the log to fall off the truck or something. Something's going to happen when you least expect it. Niner fans are now in the perpetual state of flinch.
It's kind of like when you're watching South Park and Kenny's in an episode and you're just like, when's it going to happen?
You know it's going to happen. You absolutely know it's going to happen. Now, look, we hope they're going to get Purdy back. They're hopefully going to get Pearsall and Ayuk and Kittle back at differentiating points. But at this point, I think the only way there is still a way. It's not as easy, but there's still, I wonder what it's going to be like in John Lynch's office today. Because the prevailing thought based on comments and sources and sourcing and was that John Lynch is incredibly active right now. And at some point is going to make a move for an edge rusher to come in and help with Nick Bosa. And the hope would be, with Bosa's replacement, you can't replace him, but you can at least bring somebody in that matters. With that combined with them continually getting healthier, plus the schedule not being the toughest this year, that maybe there was definitely a chance for this team to still be special. I don't know how you overcome Bosa and Warner out for the year. I don't know how you do it, man.
Between those two and all the injuries you had on offense, it's like one of the units has to be elite in order for you to go on a deep playoff run. And it just now seems impossible, at least on defense. I mean,
now that being said, having Robert Saleh back is great. You could see it yesterday. Like, they lost, and they should have lost, and credit to Tampa Bay. But the 49er defense is just so different when they want to kill you. It's not just they tackle you. They are so swarming and crazy, and they make you feel them. Like, I really appreciate the hustle on defense and them doing what they could do. But when your pass rush ain't there, you lose Warner, and of course, I'm not entirely sure that Baker Mayfield run happens without Warner's presence there, whether he makes the tackle or frees somebody else to make the tackle. The offense was cooking for a while, and then Mac Jones, reared its ugly head.
Mac and cheese got spoiled.
A little bit. But it has been next man up all year, and I'm not going to write them off, but I think John Lynch is now the most important player on this team. If the 49ers are going to salvage the season, and they're 4-2, like, if they're going to salvage the season and really make some noise in the playoffs, John's got to make a decision. And I wonder how much of that decision changed yesterday, because I think before it was 100%, hey, we're on the phone with Tampa Bay about Hendricks. We're on the phone, or Cincinnati. We're on the phone with a lot of people. We're going to pull a trigger. But now it's like, are you pulling a trigger for short-term gain, which, unlike the Kings in the 49ers case, they're almost in polar opposite positions.
They have to, because that window is closing.
That's right. The Kings don't have a window. They have a brick wall. The 49ers have a window with a little bit of air in it.
They have a window, but it has a brick thrown through it.
Right. So you got to wonder, is John Lynch still thinking that way, or is he going, you know what, I'm not going to totally screw over our future so that we can be out in the first or second round. Our championship window is closed this year without Warner and Bosa. I am really curious as to those conversations. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get some NFL scores and round all that up. There was a lot more going on the Week 6 Sunday. Also, we had baseball, the Mariners, Blue Jays Game 1. Before we get to the halfway point, the Kings with their week ahead. 4-down territory. Matt Barrows at 9 a.m. We got a lot to come right here on Sactown Sports.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco.
Sactown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Welcome back. Halfway through the program, just a reminder, after Matt Barrows, I will be heading out. Jason off today. Chris sick. You're doing a double shift, correct?
I am not. They got someone else doing Alan's show.
All right. Okay.
Our guy Ramsey's filling in.
Ramsey.
A lot of mixing and matching today. Someone's gonna be with Whitey. I don't know who it is.
I know who it won't be. Me. But we digress. Doug Christie spoke about Keegan Murray being out. We're going to get to that we are at 8 a.m., aren't we? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get to NFL stuff a little bit later. And then we got Matt Barrows coming up at 9. Here's Doug on Keegan.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, obviously, it's the nature of our business, though. You just got to deal with it. Feel sorry for him. Obviously, all the work that he's put in. But he'll be fine. I mean, it will be able to work out and do things. It's just obviously he can't use his hands. So unfortunate. Send him a lot of love and get well soon.
Actually, that's a excellent point by Coach. That if again trying to bright side crappy things, but if there is a bright side, it sucks a lot more when it's a lower body injury because it affects so much of what you're able to do conditioning-wise, where in this case, Keegan can do a ton of stuff. Plus, it's his left hand. So I imagine he's going to be doing, first off, he can do all the conditioning. He just can't be, lifting weights and doing pull-ups and stuff. And he's still going to be able to go through layup lines and do whatever he wants to do there.
Do you think Keegan could do the one-handed pull-ups?
Probably.
He's just going to come back and his one arm is just yoked and his other one is small.
Exactly. That's good. But it's devastating for the Kings. Again, I don't want to say that. I feel like I can't. That's me being. It isn't devastating. It's devastating for the Kings if they were in good shape. It's not. I don't know, and I say this. I'm a huge Keegan guy. I say this with all love and don't read anything into what I'm saying. I don't know that Keegan Murray being out is going to cost them that many games that they wouldn't have lost anyways. Truly. I think if Keegan Murray were out for the season based on this roster, I think it would cost them over under 3.5 games, which is still significant, but not crazy. I don't think they're good enough to have him affect them that much, if that makes sense. By the way, Matt George will be on with his brand new tattoo.
I have not seen this. What is...
You haven't seen it?
No, what is his tattoo? I didn't know Matt George had any tattoos.
I don't know that he had one before. I truly don't. I don't know if this is his first tattoo. We talked about this last week because he tweeted it out. Matt George is a noted... he is a big-time Lord of the Rings fan. And I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm going to bring it up on my phone.
All right.
He has gotten the map of Middle-earth.
Shut up.
Complete with scenes such as Gandalf's famous, "You shall not pass," and other things. His arm now is entirely the map of Middle-earth.
Okay, so I misunderstood when you said he got a tattoo. He got a sleeve.
Yes, he got a sleeve.
It must have been like that before. That would take multiple sessions of tattooing.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did take multiple sessions.
You got to sit in the chair for 16 hours to do that.
I'm pretty sure this is, we'll find out. This was a, I hope Whitey asked him about it.
Jesus, that is crazy.
That
you got it. That's a full from top of shoulder to wrist sleeve tattoo.
Yes. And here's the thing about that tattoo: there's no middle ground, dude. There are people out there that are like, "Oh my God, that tattoo is amazing." Because let me say this in case the tattoo artist is listening: the artistry, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It is a perfect reconstruction of a map of Middle-earth. It's like you could zoom in on Matt's arm as the beginning of one of the movies. So this isn't about the artistry or how good or bad the tattoo is. It's a 10 out of 10 tattoo from an art standpoint. So you're either going to have people saying, "Dude, oh my God, that is sick." Or you're going to have people being like, "Oh my God, dork on cheese, hold the mayo. What the hell?" And there's no real middle ground.
You know what? I think those people should get over themselves.
You know what they say. I will quote the famous philosopher Harry Potter when I say, "Use the Force, Gandalf."
That was pretty good. I like that.
Thank you. There's a T-shirt that says that.
It's a dumb joke, but it's funny.
So what do we do without Keegan, Coach Doug?
We're the next few days, we're going to try a couple different things, get a look at a couple different things before we dive into it. Then even with that being said, we have 2 preseason games left, so we still got some time. And then after that, we got practice days. So I wouldn't read into anything that you see, but, you got to experiment and see what different combinations of guys and what have you.
I'm sorry, we've got the TVs on. And Cam Newton's on first day. I laugh every time I see Cam Newton. First off, I love Cam Newton. I love his personality. I think he's great. I am a Cam Newton fan.
Does he have a goofy outfit on?
He always has. Well, when you say goofy outfit, that's much like Matt George's tattoo. That's in the eye of the beholder. But he looks like something out of Alice in Wonderland.
See, but that's why I say goofy. Goofy is not necessarily good or bad.
I
It's
love
just
it.
Silly.
It just makes every time I see Cam Newton, I laugh. It makes me smile because he's always. And I read a real in-depth article a few years ago about like who he has designing his hats and the feathers he puts in them and the meaning of all. Like he puts a lot of thought. I mean, I'm wearing a Sac Republic windbreaker. I'm not trying to give him fashion advice. It makes me laugh. All right, well, then who's the new starting 4 coach?
Telling you would tell them, and I'm not going to tell them, so you'll see on our next game. Come on, Jay, you know better than that.
I mean, okay, love you, Doug, but I don't know. Giannis is going to be the starting 4 for the Bucks. Oh, hey, this just in. Cooper Flagg's going to be the starting 3 for the Mavs. What? No.
Poor Jason Anderson got called out by name.
Well, what I think, look, I never like to put words in Doug's mouth because if he doesn't agree, he will find me and he will hurt me. But I think that was coach speak for we don't know. We have no earthly idea who it's going to be. And going back to his previous statement, we're going to try some things out. We have 2 more preseason games. I think it's okay to now look. Maybe he's sitting here and he's like, Dave, I want any edge I can get. So, but I don't think other teams will be changing their starting lineups based on who we start at the 4.
I don't know. Isaac Jones, you got to really make people rethink whether Zion should play the 4 or 5.
The leader for the Sacramento Kings so far in preseason minutes through a very short preseason so far, 2 games, is funny enough the rookie, Nick Clifford. And Doug Christie was asked about his role.
Well, I think a guy like Dario's a veteran. He's seen it before. You look at IJ, it's like opportunity, be ready. But with Nick, not a lot. I try not to overdo it. Like, he still has to find out everything. Like there's a lot that he's going to go through. We're going to play, highly talented offensive players. He's going to find himself in some foul trouble. He's going to find nights where he's hitting his shot and think, oh, wow, and then the next night he won't be. So now you got to lean on another part of your game. So for him, it's just throwing him in the deep end of the pool and knowing, luckily, that he's in swim, and if we need to throw him a little rubber ducky, we might, but he'll be fine.
I would say if I was ranking people to start at the 4. If I was doing Vegas odds as to who your replacement's going to be, and again, I have no confidence in what I'm about to say. I'm just doing my best. It is really hard for me to see them sliding down a DeRozan, a Levine, a Monk, or even a Nick Clifford. Because you're talking about 6'6", 6'5" dudes. I think Doug might have given us a little bit of hint with the first part of that last quote.
Well, I think a guy like Dario's a veteran. He's seen it before.
I think it makes the most sense to roll Dario Saric's 31-year-old bones out there and see what he can do at 6'10". That gives the Kings 2 6'10" guys at the front. Saric is a vet. He's been there. It's somebody they can rely on. You can see they're very much trying to surround Doug with vets with high basketball IQs out there. So I would be really surprised if it was not Saric, maybe Isaac Jones, but I think it'll be Saric. And I'm just talking about game 1, game 2. I don't know what'll happen after that. Here's Doug on the rookie Max Reno.
In our league, 2 bigs we're starting to see it quite a bit. So it's one of the things that I think that you got to look at. That Max is a talented player. Like, this is the preseason, so to get him out there and to get him those type of reps is more what that's about. We got a couple other options over the next couple of days that we'll throw out there, let them get a rhythm, because part of it is also there's 4 other guys that are in that starting unit, and they have to feel it too. It's not like coaching is, you say, oh, do this, but in my opinion, you have to listen to your players sometimes as well, and we'll see how that all plays out, because I think we need to let it all play out, give guys opportunities to put their best foot forward, see the rhythm of what they're doing, not only on the offensive end, which is a big part of it, but more importantly for me on the defensive end, see what they do, and they'll communicate with me.
It's not like it's unprecedented that they're going to have some goofy starter in there. The year before the Beam Team year, I think it was, when they opened against Portland, some Kings fans may remember KZ Okpala as their starting. I think he was starting, to be fair, at the 3 with Barnes at the 4. And that probably shouldn't have happened. That was Keegan Murray's rookie year. It took him all of, I think, 2 games to get Keegan, who if I remember right, had some sort of knock early on and didn't play.
I think they just had him coming off the bench.
Well, I want to say in game 1, maybe game 2, it was something different. Let me look at the box score here.
You're right, but by like game 3, he was starting and then started the whole season.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Keegan did not play in game 1, and I don't think he played in game 2 of the year. Their starters were Sabonis, Barnes, Fox Herter, and KZ Okpala, with Trey Lyles, Rashawn Holmes, Davion Mitchell, Malik Monk, Terrence Davis, Chimezi Metu, Alex Len, and Matthew Dellavedova.
I was going to say, where is KZ Okpala now? But I think he had an injury, and that was like the end of his career, was in Sacramento.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, Dario Saric, I think I saw through the first 2 games, is shooting something like 80% from the field.
Yeah, I didn't watch the preseason game, but I saw he was like 4 for 4 from 3, and I was like, dang, how did that happen?
And it would just be hilarious if he could not get on the floor with the Nuggets last year. Couldn't get on the floor. As a matter of fact, let me look at his numbers here. In 16 games, 4 of which he started last year, he's actually started a grand total of 13 games over the last 2 years between Golden State and Denver. As a matter of fact, if you go all the way back to OKC the year before that, he's still only started 13 games. That actually counts. He went from OKC to Golden State that year. That's right. So, it's not unheard of for that. Who was it? Wasn't it, hold on a second. Was it the year before last or last year? The year before, where Jay Crowder came off the couch and started for us?
Yeah, and they won.
At the 4, right?
I don't remember.
3 or 4?
Keegan and DeRozan were both out, but I don't remember.
Then it was last year. Then it would have been last year.
Yeah, it was the Minnesota game because they won in Minnesota.
So this has been a problem for a long time for Sacramento. Like, when you're a team that literally has a guy in your starting lineup that couldn't get on the floor for an NBA team last year, that's a problem. I get that I don't think he started more than 1 or 2 games.
I just pulled up the box score. So when they pulled Jay Crowder off the couch, he played 27 minutes. It was Fox, Keon Ellis, Keegan Murray, Jay Crowder, Domantas Sabonis, with Malik Monk playing 34 minutes off the bench. Yeah. Isaac Jones played 21 minutes in that game. Jay Crowder actually was a plus 16, shot 3 of 5 from the field and had 8 points. What a stupid game. And they beat the Timberwolves. That was that Thanksgiving one where they came back in the fourth quarter.
Let's go. Next man up.
The team that went to the Western Conference Finals.
Yes.
They beat with Jay Crowder off the couch. Also, we looked it up. Jay Crowder, that was 8 of his 20 points for the whole season.
At this golf tournament today, I was at there was a pre-event thing last night. Some great people in attendance. People we know, Brad Miller, Scott Pollard and his wife Dawn out there, Coach Mike Woodson, Harold Presley, Gary Gerald. I'm forgetting some people, but also like Anthony Anderson, Cedric the Entertainer, Sugar Ray Leonard, Barry Bonds. There are a lot of people out there. One of which, though, as I was getting ready to leave, I almost bumped into him while they were talking up on stage. Standing in the back was DeMar DeRozan. And I almost, but it's a private event. I didn't want to be that guy, but I almost stopped and just said, "Yo, so what are you guys going to do, man?" DeMar DeRozan sitting right there. What are you going to do? But somebody asked him that yesterday, so I didn't have to. Here's what he had to say.
We don't have a choice. We got to figure it out. I mean, that's the thing about this league. You got to prepare not for everything to be perfect. You got to be prepared for whatever's to come, and we already hit with an obstacle. Luckily, we got time to, fix some things without him in the meanwhile and try to get, better knowing that, we don't have Keegan there on both ends. That's an anchor that we rely on. So, we got the next couple of weeks to figure that out.
Yeah. Now, look, by the way, I'm not going to make fun of that answer. That's exactly what he has to say. What's DeMar going to say? We're screwed. We were screwed before him, though.
I don't know. Things were actually going well relatively before he got here.
No. I meant
before Keegan went down.
Just to give you an idea, according to the NBA's website, so forgive me if some of this is wrong, here are some of your available power forwards. Delano Banton.
Oh, the legend. Do you remember him?
Nope.
Last game of the season 2 years ago, he had the worst game in NBA history at Golden One Center.
Hey.
0 for 16 from the three-point line. The previous record was 0 for 11. He went 0 for 15 from the three-point line and then got ejected with 2 minutes left to play.
How do you not just stop after you're 0 of 15?
He just kept chucking. I remember I was working the game and I was joking with G-Man. I was like, the record's 11. Can he get to 11? He just blew past it. Most misses in NBA history without a make. It was the worst game in NBA history.
That's great. And it happened right here in front of our fans. By the way, this is alphabetical order. So
technically he did quit because he got ejected with 2 minutes left in the game.
Attaboy. Charles Bassey. Again, NBA website may not be updated. Imani Bates, that's an interesting one. He was the next great thing in high school. I mean, when he entered high school, I remember reading full form articles on Imani Bates.
He just recently signed an Exhibit 10 deal with the Sixers.
Okay, so there you go. Marshawn Beauchamp, Bol.
Bol landed somewhere. I can't remember where.
Let's see where it says new team. It doesn't have anything for him. Jalen Bridges, Jamal Cain, Torrey Craig, Jay Crowder, Kessler Edwards, Taj Gibson. Ooh, James Johnson's available. Kai Jones, Braxton Key, Kevin Knox II. I feel like some of these guys have landed. Damian Lee.
James Johnson is available, which I was kind of surprised by.
No, thank you.
Are you sure?
James Johnson's not allowed in Sacramento anymore.
Oh, what happened?
He was in the locker room on the road after it doesn't matter if it was a loss or a win, but this was this was in between the team announcing they were moving to Seattle and Kevin Johnson formulating a plan to keep them. So it was probably the lowest of the low sometime, I want to say late February, and James Johnson's wearing a Sonics hat in the locker room.
Okay.
And I can tell you one member of the organization who would be literally the least likely person you would imagine to go absolutely, not go ballistic, but to be incredibly upset about it, was upset. And one of those people where you go, if they're mad at you, it's your fault. I don't care what it was, because they don't get mad at anybody. Yeah.
Also, being mad at James Johnson is a dangerous game.
Well, I don't think anyone went up to James and asked him to take the hat off. Let's put it that way, because James is someone you don't screw with. But I wouldn't mind James Johnson. Had that not happened, actually, I'd be like, screw it, bring him on. At least we won't get punked by anyone.
At least he's going to punch somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, there you go.
Was it him or someone else who checked into a game in garbage time and got ejected 5 seconds in?
It probably was him.
I want to say maybe he was on Miami, something like that.
So just to look ahead, we'll get an idea. And again, I would be relatively surprised if it's not Dario Saric. That being said, they've got the Clippers on Wednesday. And then they go, and that will be the last home game of the preseason, followed by the Los Angeles Lakers on Friday. That game will at least be on NBA TV before they open, I think a week from Wednesday, as a matter of fact. They open at Phoenix. Golly, gee, we're already there. Before we go to break, I want to remind you that you've got a chance to win a pair of lower-level seats to the Kings Thunder November 7th. We've been doing this now for a minute. You get a one-night stay at the Kimpton Sawyer. You get a $200 gift card to Revival, which is an awesome place to be after a game. Great crowd, great vibes, and the perfect view of the beam, hopefully lit after the Kings win over Oklahoma City.
Come on, you don't have to laugh.
I'm sorry. This just reminds me, have you ever seen the movie Private Parts with Howard Stern?
Absolutely not. No chance.
Okay, first off, you should. Anybody in radio should watch that movie as like must-see movie.
So it's a radio movie.
Well, it is. Oh, it's about his career. It's about how he became Howard Stern and the whole process of trying to change broadcast radio in the early 80s when they didn't want a lot of that stuff on the air, which now is not on the air anymore. It's incredibly entertaining. It's also where, who's the actor? Paula Giamatti really got his breakout role, funny enough.
Really?
Yeah, there's a part where...
The guy who plays Einstein in those weird Verizon commercials?
Paul Giamatti played... No, is that who it... Oh, yeah, it is. No, is it Oscar winner? Or, he either won or was nominated for Sideways. But, yeah, he plays Pig Vomit, the program director in Private Parts. There's a part during the movie that I have seen 700 times where Howard Stern is doing a live read. And he's like... He's like, I want to talk to you about Johnson's Furniture. You know, I remember as a kid, I used to go to Johnson's Furniture in the Bronx with my dad, walk up and down the aisles. It's always meant a ton to me. It's a great place to go get furniture, but also it brings those memories back I had with my dad walking those aisles and picking out furniture. Johnson's Furniture, there's only one, and the grand opening is this Saturday. He goes, uh-oh. Yeah, you know what I did there? Yeah, I kind of felt that way. Look, maybe they win over Oklahoma City. Win or lose, doesn't matter. It's a great prize. You get the lower level seats. You get the $200 gift card. You get the stay at the Kimpton Sawyer Series. It's one of the top 5 prizes we've ever given out. So all you got to do is text a keyword in to 916-339-1140 now. Text a keyword in for your chance to win. That's 916-339-1140. 1140, and of course Alan will have one for you. Whitey will have one for you at noon and 4 respectively. We'll be doing that all through the week, and if you sign up for the newsletter, you get a bonus one on Thursday. What does that mean? Each one's basically like, think of it like a raffle ticket for when we pick the grand prize winner. Today's keyword, which maybe I think this was also Friday's keyword. Maybe we're repeating some of these. I guess
I just get what's sent to me.
Oh, no. I know. I'm pretty sure this is Friday's. Today's keyword is dunk. Dunk. As in dunk. Dunkin' Donut, Dunkin' Basketball.
And we might have to spell it out for people because they keep messing.
D-U-N-K. Dunk.
I saw people misspell Ellis last week. I was like, how did that happen?
Yeah, I think they're doing bits. But if you misspell it, it doesn't count, I don't think. So spell it right.
Honestly, like, if you don't care about winning the prize, it's actually a good joke.
It's actually a great joke. 916-339-1140 is your text line. Coming up next, 4 Down Territory, best week, worst week, team and individual. Before we get to what's hot, what's not, streaking. Matthew Barrows of The Athletic at 9 a.m. to talk Kings. Guys, don't text the chat line. Text the text line. In YouTube, it will not make a difference. T-boff. Either way, good energy for the remainder hour and a half of this program. And speaking of good energy, let me talk to you about my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. 90 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. We'll break. We'll come back for that territory next.
The Drive Guys, weekdays 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the biggest selection, the best prices, and unbeatable customer service. Check them out online, SacSuperstore.com, for the guaranteed lowest price on Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Open until 10 o'clock and right across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course. SacSuperstore.com.
A men's health moment with Revive Men's Health. Low energy, low drive, weight gain, and mood changes can all be signs of low testosterone. Since 2011, Revive Men's Health has treated thousands of men for low T.
Learn more at ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Shop top brand tires at Big O with the lowest tire price guarantee. Now through October 19th, get up to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Nitto, Nexen, or Toyo brand tires. Installation required, disposal fees extra, not good with other offers. See Big O dealer for details.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Cal Athletics. Schedule a free inspection.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Bobby Caldwell, the late great, the all-time heavyweight champion of, he looks like that.
I don't know if you remember, but like a year ago, I did the show with you, and literally I had he looks like that moment.
Everybody does. If you ever need a smile, just go to YouTube and search Bobby Caldwell Reveals. And it's nothing but video of people having Bobby Caldwell played for them. And there's a point in the video, the first 20 seconds of the song, he's like on a park bench. You can't see him. It's dark. And then when he starts singing, at one point, he turns into the light and you can see his face with his hat on. And to a person, everyone's like, wait, what?
That literally happened to me.
That's Bobby Caldwell? No. Yeah. Yes, it is.
I still don't believe it.
No, yeah, like he was lip syncing. Great voice, man. One of the all-time. Some people have it, man. And he absolutely had it. All right. 4 down territory. Let's go.
First down, what individual had the best week in the NFL?
So I'm going to have a little bit of a theme here when it comes to the good. The best week for an individual, Jackson Scatadart. I'm going to combine them. I'm going all the way back to Thursday because it didn't get any better. There is no team and no individual that had better feels than Dart and Scatterbo. And, of course, we're biased for Scatterbo, but Dart was the guy out there leading them. You had Brian Daboll, the head coach of the Giants, going into the medical tent when Dart got hit, basically wanting to wheel him out there immediately. You saw what you – look, things can change. I'm old enough to remember when we all thought J.J. McCarthy was the guy for Minnesota, and maybe he still is. But that was a hell of a win over the Eagles. Feel goods all the way around. The fact that it happened at home and on Thursday Night Football and it wasn't on the road or buried in a morning or afternoon game was really a showcase for these guys. And I was really happy for him. Obviously for Cam Scatterbo and his family, his mom Becky, his dad, but the whole family, all of Rio Linda, all of Sacramento. Stand up, Cam Scatterbo. Second down, please.
Second down, what individual had the worst week in the NFL?
With apologies to Russell Wilson, who came in that game for one play, threw the ball 20 feet away from his guy and was promptly taken off the field. I mean, you're talking about a guy who might be a Hall of Famer that looked like I was out there. It's Justin Fields of the Jets, dude. Holy crap-a-roni. That team sucks. And
how did they score 35 points against the Steelers?
I don't know, man.
I saw that and I thought, oh, man, the Jets might be going somewhere.
Justin Fields is the first quarterback. He had the same number of completions, 9, as he did sacks. He was sacked 9 times. He had 9 completions. And by the way, Kyle, I don't know what you were doing Sunday. Sounds like you were traveling. I was sitting around eating and watching the ball game and being lazy. You and I, individually, had 10 more net passing yards on Sunday than the New York Jets and Justin Fields.
How is that possible?
Minus 10 net passing yards. I don't even know how the hell that's possible. It's like the Baxter ate the whole wheel of cheese of football performances. I'm not even mad. I'm just kind of impressed that you can suck that royally. God dang, man. And that had to be even worse when you think about from a Jets point of view. The fact that the Giants looked so great on Thursday in front of the whole world, and then just 3 days later on the same field, 13-11, the stupidest game of the day, Broncos get the win. Third down.
Third down, which team had the best week in the NFL?
Yeah, I'm going back to New York with the Giants again. I'm not that whole team, the vibes, there was nothing like it. There was nothing. You could say the Patriots getting a win, and if the Bills were to stumble tonight, they're going to be in first place. That's a great story. The Bucks getting a great home win over the 49ers. There's a lot of different ways you could go with that. The Chiefs getting back on track. Nice win over the Lions, who hadn't lost since week 1 to the Packers. But it's the New York Football Giants, man. It is. Great vibes. The Big Apple, Thursday night, Scatterbo bumping bare chest with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Everything that went with it. The birth of a star, you would hope, in Jackson Dart, who just looks like a force of nature. The Giants had a great week, man. And it'll be really, really interesting to see how badly, if at all, they come down to earth in their next game. Let's see, who the hell are they playing next? Well, they're at Denver.
Hey, Denver just only scored 13 points against the Jets, who had negative 10 yards.
Well, that's funny. They only scored 13 points against the Jets, and the Giants, if you gave me a choice and said, hey, you can pick the front line of any NFL team for the rest of their careers, I don't know where the Giants would be ranked, but they'd be right up there, man. Just between Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and
Dexter.
What'd I say?
No, you got it.
Oh, Dexter Lawrence.
Dexter's the last one.
And Abdul Carter. I mean, dude, hello. That is a That is a very, very nice chunk of your defense. So we shall see. All right, fourth down, please.
Fourth down. Which team had the worst week in the NFL?
Got to call balls and strikes, man. And we'll talk about it with Matt Barrows of The Athletic at 9. I think it's the Niners. There's other nominees, but the Niners, dude, not only did they lose, fine, they weren't favored. They were 3-point dogs, I think, 3.5. But you lose your spiritual leader, not just of the defense, of the whole team. I mean, Fred Warner is the leader of this team, and he is gone. And he is not coming back this year. There's no, hey, miraculous rehab. Nah, he gone. And your only hope for Fred Warner at this point is that he's going to come back next year at 100% and be ready for week 1. There is no replacing Fred Warner, just like there is no replacing Nick Bosa. But I would say this. I'm not here to tell you Nick Bosa is better than Fred Warner or vice versa, but I will say I think Fred Warner is actually a more difficult replacement than Nick Bosa on all facets. Just the overall, if you told me you got to lose one of these guys, and by the way, Nick Bosa is a perennial defensive player of the year candidate, don't get me wrong, but I think the 49ers on a secret ballot would probably unanimously, maybe with the exception of Nick Bosa, vote not to lose Fred Warner. That's their most irreplaceable guy on and off the field.
I think Matt Mayoko said, Fred Warner has a case for the best player in the NFL. And I was, it's probably not true, but you have to stop and think about it. He's probably the most valuable defensive player in the NFL.
I mean, let's put it this way. It's enough to have a conversation, even if it's wrong, and the fact that it's enough to have a conversation underlines how good he is. We'll take a break. We got a lot to clean up before Matt Barrows coming up at 9 a.m. What's hot, what's not. We'll go streaking as well, and we'll get you an update on Game 1 of Mariners-Blue Jays as we look ahead to Game 2 today, and also the opening of the NLCS between the Brewers, our Brewers, everybody, and the hated, stupid Dodgers. We'll be right back after this.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at amazonbusiness.com.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer. You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Sacramento. Buckle up. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet is dropping 1 day of insane Milwaukee deals on Saturday, October 18th. Bare tools, batteries, and kits at insanely low prices. All Milwaukee hand tools, tool accessories, and Milwaukee packout boxes will be 20% off. Spend $100 and you'll get a lotto ticket for up to $1,000 off your next order. Again, that's 1 day only. October 18th at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn Road. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Better tools, better prices.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
What's hot, what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Home Pros, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergy.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
Who's hot?
I said that.
The Seattle Mariners.
Hey.
Yeah, so on Friday, the Mariners in 15 innings won a winner-go-home Game 5 against the Tigers. That was the longest elimination game by innings in the history of Major League Baseball. So congratulations to them. And with no pitchers available, followed it up and beat the Toronto Blue Jays on Sunday to go up 1-0 in their first ALCS since 2001, which was the year I was born.
Wow, you had to throw that in at the end, right?
It's been a long time since the Mariners have been here.
Would you do a trade that involved Domantas Sabonis to the Bulls for Nikola Vucevic, who expires this year, and Patrick Williams?
Me personally? No. I'm one of those people who's of the opinion you don't trade Sabonis until Sabonis asks to leave.
How come?
I mean, unless you get a great offer. It's just you're going to have that foundational piece basically as long as he's still producing at an all-NBA level. It's more valuable to have him on the team because you can still keep him and rebuild, you know.
It's a $44 million a year keep. Oh, I love Sabonis. You're not going to find a bigger fan of Domantas Sabonis than me. I promise you. I spend half my off time defending Domantas Sabonis. Not in the paint, because that would not be pretty. That's a pure salary situation. I guess it just matters what Patrick Williams is going to be. He's a true power forward.
Yeah.
He will play defense, but this.
Most people assume that's kind of a sunken cost.
Yeah, and as a Florida State guy, I can tell you're probably right.
But that's fine. Again, if they are attaching picks to it, then maybe I'd consider it. But I'm kind of at the camp of you can trade anyone, but as long as Sabonis is still all-NBA level, there's a chance he still could be all-NBA level once the retool rebuild is over.
Who's not hot?
Who's not? How about Penn State football?
Yeah.
Yeah, Penn State this weekend lost 22-21 against Northwestern. They became the first team, I can't remember the stat exactly, but first team in over 50 years to lose consecutive weeks as a 20-plus point favorite after losing to UCLA the week before. Their quarterback, Drew Aller, went out for the year, and then they fired their head coach, James Franklin, yesterday, who they're going to have to pay $49 million over the next 6 years to buy out his contract. Just a terrible, terrible time for Penn State football, who was in the Final Four last year.
They were a play away from going to the championship.
Yeah, kind of, I mean, I get it. When you're rich and you want to do things, you do it. But I'm just shocked that they actually paid that buyout.
Bill O'Brien took over for Joe Paterno and went 6-2, 4-4, and was fired. James Franklin took over, went 2-6, 4-4, and then 8-1, 7-2, 6-3, 7-2. He had 2 consecutive 4 and 5 years, and then these last 3 years, 7-2, 7-2, 8-1 last year. This is all, Big Ten stuff, by the way. And is now 0-3 in the Big Ten. Good luck. I mean, maybe they had to make the move. By the way, you're surprised that they did that. Don't be. Reading into it, and this happens way, way, way too much. Apparently, Adidas was heavily involved in this deal, the shoe company, and Adidas had a huge hand in paying that buyout.
Yeah, for sure. That was kind of my point. Is like, yes, rich people will do rich people things if they have the money. I mean, he was a great coach. I mean, he's going to get picked up somewhere almost immediately if he wants to coach.
Yes, he 100%.
Which he, by the way, shouldn't. If I had $49 million to get paid nothing, to do nothing, you would never hear from me again.
Imagine James Franklin's day today. You got $49 million. You already got a decent amount of money in the bank. Don't get me wrong. You got $49 million to do nothing.
Every coach should do what Cliff Kingsbury did, which is go to Thailand, come back, and get a fake job as the quarterback's coach at USC just to make sure it doesn't offset your language of the buyout. I
hope James Franklin gathers his family and just goes. You could just imagine hey, guys, Saturday was tough. I got booed off the field. I'm going to do a quick media statement, maybe. And then get ready because we're flying first class. Nah, screw that. We're taking a plane.
Private.
And we're going to Kauai. And I've rented us a $10,000 a night villa on the beach with no one around us. And we are just going to eat and drink and be merry for as long as we want.
I bought us the White Lotus.
Uh-huh. The Chiefs are the first team in NFL history to have a game with 30 or more points, 100 or more rushing yards, 200 or more net passing yards with 0 turnovers and 0 penalties. Refs love the Chiefs, that's for sure.
Refs finally came through for us.
Yes, they did. And NBA Communications put this out earlier this morning. NBA games, Mondays on Peacock, Tuesdays on NBC and Peacock, Wednesdays on ESPN. Around mid-season, you'll start getting Thursdays on Amazon Prime Video. All year long, you'll get Fridays on Prime Video. Saturdays, you'll get ABC, ESPN, Prime Video. Sundays, ABC, ESPN, and NBC Peacock. So you will have at least one NBA game throughout the week. A couple other notes here. Next time you're thinking about moving your young, talented quarterback that just can't figure it out, Baker Mayfield is 5-1. The Browns are 1-5. Daniel Jones is 5-1. The Giants are 2-4.
But they got Scattaboo and Dart.
They do. Sam Darnold is 4-2. The Jets are 0-6.
Remember when the Panthers were running Baker Mayfield at scout team safety?
I do. He's come a long way. And finally, we have our Monday motivational quote from Scott Perry, the Kings GM, as we read every Monday.
Do you want the music that I use for Allen's?
Oh, please do. We'll steal that. We'll steal that since you're not with him today.
Yeah.
Shout out Allen Styles. The quality of your thoughts helps generate the quality of your life. I don't know, man. I don't know if I like this music behind it or not, to be honest with you.
Let's try it with no music and see how it goes.
I would be looking for a more like ethereal, like,
Supposed to this is supposed to motivate you to go running.
The quality of your thoughts helps generate the quality of your life. Positive thoughts help create a fulfilling life. Think and speak with positivity. It greatly determines your life experiences and ultimate success. Well, I love Scott Perry. Talked to him last night, as a matter of fact, about the week ahead. He's a great guy. he and I, this is the first Monday motivation he and I could not disagree on more. And, look, Scott, bless him. Here's what my Monday motivation would be in response to that. The quality of your thoughts helps generate the quality of your life. I agree with that. Negative thoughts prevent you from being let down. Don't expect anything out of anybody. Don't expect anything out of anything. As a matter of fact, if you're going to expect something, expect the worst. It will help you prepare for the worst. It will motivate you to come up with alternatives to the worst so you're not caught empty-handed. If you expect the worst out of everyone and everything, you will never be let down. At worst, your expectations will be met and you will not be surprised. And quite often you will find that even with average performance from the world towards yourself, you will be pleasantly surprised and have a smile on your face. Say goodbye to disappointment. Embrace pessimism. The world is out to get you. They don't care about you. They don't care about your loved ones. They just want what they can get for themselves. Be a pessimist. Think the worst of everyone. Expect bad things to happen all day long. Odds are nothing bad will happen, and you'll end your day saying, you know what? Things went better than I thought. But if you think positively and you expect great things out of people, at best, your expectations will be met. And more often than not, you'll end the day being disappointed, not just with the world, but the individuals surrounding you. And most of all, yourself. Embrace pessimism.
Hashtag Monday Motivation.
Hashtag Monday Motivation.
I'm going to do what Kings fans do at the bottom of Scott Perry and comment on yours, which is just say, sign Westbrook, trade Keegan. That's all people comment underneath these Monday motivations.
People need to relax. They just need to calm down. Matt Barrow's coming up in just a couple minutes. Let's go streaking right now, please.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? We're streaking.
Peg Junk on the chat says the theme to the Masters at Augusta should be the music from Monday Motivation. I don't disagree.
We should have had that underneath you saying the world stinks, be pessimistic.
We should have. Let's see, how are we doing?
All right. Well, Dave, you picked Mr. Sal Frelick.
Sal Frelick.
For Game 5. Win or go home for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yes.
Sal Frelick batted 3 times with a walk.
Yeah.
And had 1 hit.
Hey! All right. Oh, here's my bell. Yay! And took a ton of pictures with people after the game. I saw a video of that. That was great. Just went up into the stands and posed for photos.
Your feed's sending you a lot of Sal Frelick now.
Sal Frelick. Yep.
All right. Jason had a streak of 3, and he went with Jorge Polanco in Game 5. Not only did Jorge Polanco have a hit, he had the walk-off hit for the Seattle Mariners in the 15th inning to go to their first ALCS since 2001. Also, it was 30 years to the week of that Ken Griffey, Edgar Martinez moment. Pretty cool for the Mariners.
Very cool.
And then Chris went with Trey Turner, and I'm guessing Jason wasn't here on Friday to correct him, but Trey Turner lost and their season is over, so he will not be batting ever again.
Ever again.
So no at-bats for Trey Turner. Their season's over.
Whammy. All right, for today, I refuse to take a Dodger in the playoffs because I don't want any of them to get a hit, and I don't want to be a part of that. So why don't you give me Christian Yelich?
I'm going to go with the big dumper, which I don't know if we're able to talk about it, but did you see that fan in Toronto with the shirt? I'm going to take the dumper plug.
There you go. And I will we'll get a pick from Jason later today. We'll take a break, though, right now when we come back. Okay. Tough Sunday for the 49ers. Tough Monday for Matt Barrows. We'll try to break down what this means for the rest of the season next.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Your night out deserves more than the ordinary. At Revival at the Sawyer, downtown Sacramento's rooftop oasis, you'll find signature beverages, chef-crafted bites, and a view that makes every moment shine. Kick off your evening in style or wrap it up with energy, because Revival isn't just a stop, it's the heartbeat of the night. Revival, the place to see and be seen. Settle into lush indoor-outdoor seating, take in the sounds of live DJs, and to let the city energy carry you into the night. Book your reservation at revivalsacramento.com.
Hey man, gaining weight, dragging throughout the day, losing your drive? It could be your testosterone. The team at Revive Men's Health Sacramento gets men back on track with the energy and drive they've been missing. Meet Tyler, Revive Men's Health Director of Operations, and witness to hundreds of success stories.
I've seen guys come in worn out, discouraged, and just not themselves. A few months into treatment, they're standing taller, speaking with more confidence. It's like watching someone come back to life. Like a light switch gets turned back on. When a spouse says, "Thank you, I really have my partner back, better than before," that's the moment it all clicks for me. And that's why I do what I do.
Since 2011, Revive Men's Health has helped more than 120,000 men regain their energy and drive. Start your story today with an in-clinic visit or a secure video appointment. Call 916-619-3000 now to book your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation. That's 916-619-3000. Or schedule anytime at revivemenshealth.com.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder, thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration.
Thunder.
The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
What's happening? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Drive into Fall event?
It's not just leaves falling at Hoblet. Prices are falling like never before. And right now, save up to $13,000 off MSRP on the brand new 2025 Ram 2500 heavy duty of your dreams.
Really? Of my dreams?
Yeah, you won't find a better selection of Ram heavy duties at prices like these anywhere in California. We have hundreds of new Rams available and more arriving every day. There's a reason we are consistently one of the top Ram dealers, not just in California, but in all of the United States.
Come see the Hoblet difference and get that big city selection and savings with the small town feel. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
13,000 total net savings on select new 2025 Ram 2500 Laramie after 4,500 factory rebates and 8,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 2,000 select inventory bonus cash, 500 on the job upfit, must show eligible upfit, 5% savings. See dealer for details.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sactown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Matt Barrows should join us shortly. That gives us enough time to give you some breaking non-Kings NBA news that is going to just shake the league. Milwaukee Bucks.
Win it?
No, don't do that. I'm not that evil. The Milwaukee Bucks have signed Alex Antetokounmpo.
Shut up, really?
He joins Thanasis and Giannis. First time in NBA history that three brothers will play for one team. Weren't there three brothers in the league recently?
Yeah,
and the Kings had one of them, right?
Holiday?
Yeah, the Holiday brothers, but they never played for the same team. Okay.
Yeah, but also there used to be 3 brothers in the league because Costas was.
Yeah, that's right.
Where's he at now?
I don't know.
I don't care.
Yeah. Do we have our next guest? He's up. He's ready to go. Okay. Well, joining us when it rains, it pours. And we are, as a matter of fact, expecting first big rain here later this afternoon. So perfect day. It's like the Niners and Niner fans have that, like whoever that was in the Peanuts that has the little cloud, the rainy cloud following them everywhere. But yet analysis goes on and people want to hear it. Matt Barrows joins us after a tough weekend for our San Francisco 49ers. Good morning, Matt.
Morning. Do you mean Pigpen?
Yeah, so maybe I'm getting the cartoon wrong because as soon as I said it, I went, oh, because Pigpen has the dirt following him everywhere. Maybe it's like a fart.
It's like a dust devil that follows him.
Right. Maybe it's just one of those cartoons I'm remembering where everywhere you go, you have the little rainy cloud with the thunder. And it just, look, I've been a Niner fan since I was born. I know they've had really rough injury-plagued seasons, but your job is not just covering the team, but you have a memory like a steel trap. When you take into account the quality of player, not just total injuries, where does this year rank when it comes to body blows injuries have caused to this franchise?
Well, I would have said entering this year that you could never beat 2020, which was the back-to-back at MetLife where you lose Bosa, you lose Solomon Thomas, you lose Raheem Mostert, Jimmy Garoppolo, all in one fell swoop. And really, that was week 2, and your season was sunk from there. But this year is meeting that level. I mean, this is a team that has 8 team captains, a lot of team captains.
Yeah.
So it just that alone kind of shows you this is a team that has a lot of talent, but I don't know, is it 4 or 5 of those team captains have been hurt? Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Nick Bosa, and now Fred Warner have all been hurt. 2 of those guys out for the season. One of those guys has only played basically the half quarter, Kittle. This is something that you don't survive. And Mac Jones had a quote, and he was talking about Juwan Jennings. And he said, someone remarked to him yesterday, Juwan Jennings has been playing with 5 broken ribs and 2 different types of ankle sprains. And Mac Jones said, it's really commendable that he's able to get out there. He's a tough guy. He's toughing it out. That's part of his DNA. That's part of our team DNA, which is a wonderful sentiment, but I don't think that DNA is sustainable. I mean, we're only in week 6 here. There's still 11 more games to play. Things are starting to become extremely precarious to the point where you think, okay, how does this team react? And is it a team that should strive to make the playoffs this year, do everything in its power to, or should they be more reserved and kind of save draft picks, things like that for the future?
Well, and it's I say funny, and I don't mean it ha-ha, but Kyle and I were talking earlier, and maybe the player we were all most worried about coming into the season, who still may, knock on wood, still may be a ticking time bomb, is Christian McCaffrey, and he couldn't. There's no way if you'd have told me before week 1 he'd have these amount of touches and still be there. By the way, I think, did we forget Brandon Ayuk as well in that injury list? You got that. My question, Matt, is coming into this weekend, you'd heard reports that John Lynch was very active and that a move was perhaps, some would say more likely than not, to help with the Nick Bosa situation. What does he do now? Because you get the feeling, right, that if John Lynch is the only guy, and his hands are a little tied cap-wise, but the only guy that can really I don't want to say save the season, but I will save the season. What do you think those conversations are like now that you've got not just Bosa, but Warner out? What do you think those conversations are like in the front office today?
I mean, they're still leading their division.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they knew that Tampa was going to be a tough opponent. And so I think that coming out of Tampa with a loss is not anything that they didn't expect. It's not the end of the world record-wise. What they didn't expect was to have lost Fred Warner for the rest of the season. So that's the real kind of altering thing here. I mean, Fred Warner is their Iron Man. He's the voice, the heart of that locker room. He's a lot of things to that team. So losing him, and not just for a few games, it's for the rest of the year, that alters things. So yeah, I do think that kind of convinces them, all right, we'll still look at the trade market, but now we're not talking about, giving a first rounder or 2 seconds to a team for Trey Hendrickson. Now it's more like, okay, we'll discuss maybe a 5th rounder or a 4th or something middling that will help you get through the season, because the pass rush is still a huge issue. I mean, end of the game, they were getting nothing on Baker Mayfield. He was just carving them up. So now you've got 0 pass rush, plus the middle of the defense isn't as covered as well as it had been because you don't have Fred Warner there, and that's a bad combination. And even when the opponent is missing its 3 best wide receivers, Baker Mayfield still looked really good and really efficient and was finding open guys all over the place.
All right, so then when it comes to Fred Warner, straight up, it's always the next man up. Whose shoulders does that fall on now?
That's Tatum Bethune, who was a rookie last year, 7th round rookie. He's good. He's a middle linebacker. He doesn't have the range that Fred Warner has. He doesn't have the size that Fred Warner has. He's not a team leader. Doesn't have the knowledge. And I think you saw that a couple of times in this game. They were doing 2 things. They lost Fred Warner on the 2nd series. And then B, they were flipping their safeties around. And so all of a sudden the communication, I thought, in that game wasn't quite as solid as it's been. I mean, Fred Warner's the guy that not only, gets the play from the sideline, calls it to his teammates, but when they're lining up, you see him all the time, like a traffic cop. He's making adjustments and things like that. And I think that they got burned on that first touchdown pass to, I can't remember who it was, but wide open wide receiver, no one in his vicinity. And then they got burned again later in the game with the deep ball to Tez Johnson. And I think those are both communication errors. As defenses say, they're busts. We busted the coverage. And I think when you have Fred Warner in there, and also when you're switching things up, they took Jason Pinnock, who had played to this point, Dave, every defensive snap of the season. He was sort of their veteran safety, the guy who'd been around, played a lot of snaps. He didn't play at all in defense yesterday, so they had Jair Brown and Marquise Siegel in to start the game, and then they worked Malik Mustafa in later. And so Brown played the whole game. Those other 2 guys essentially split duties. But my point is that they switched up the whole back half of the defense, and lo and behold, they also allowed their 2 longest touchdown passes of the year. I don't think that's any coincidence.
So this is a sports radio question, and I apologize for it. I'm just going to ask you, being that no one's closer to the team than you are, just to guess. If there was a straw poll before week 1 and the vote cards were vote cards were handed out to every member of the team, just the players alone, and the question was, what player can this team least afford to lose? Do you think Fred Warner would have won that vote?
I think that I'm going to go wishy-washy answer here. I think there are two players, Fred Warner on defense and Christian McCaffrey on offense.
Makes sense.
And you're seeing that.
Yeah.
Everything's going through McCaffrey. He keeps coming up with 100 yards from scrimmage games that just kind of underscores his importance to this team. And you saw it last year too. The team couldn't score points, couldn't move the ball, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I mean, I think they're different. McCaffrey's not nearly as vocal. Fred Warner is always rallying this team. I mean, and when I say always, I mean from OTAs onward. He's the guy that gives the pregame, the pre-practice speech, the end of practice speech, the halftime speech, the Friday speech. He is the guy that everybody looks to toward leadership. He's the constant on that team. He gave a speech yesterday. He's got a broken ankle. He's in the locker room, and he's the one that breaks down the huddle. I've never heard of that in my life. The guy who suffers a career-ending injury, carted off the field, has an air cast on his foot, and he's the guy that's still the rock in the locker room who's giving the post-game, in this case, eulogy, but speech to the rest of the guys. So, I mean, nothing kind of underscores who he is and what he means like that. So maybe that's a rallying point for this team. Maybe they can use it in some way. I'm sure Fred Warner wants them to. But boy, it's that's a tough ask. And frankly, I don't see it happening. It just seems, like I said, too precarious. The margins have become just too thin. You have to be perfect. And, this team isn't that. No team is. And hard to see them, being a consistently winning team over the second half of the season.
To be clear, as Matt Barrows of The Athletic joins us, no shock, but I 100% agree with you and am in lockstep with everything you said. I'm just going to try to blue sky it just to blue sky it here. They have Atlanta at home, at Houston. Those are going to be two tricky games, especially the second one. With the Rams put in there in the middle, you've got at the rebirthed New York Giants, but still the Giants. Rams at Cardinals, home Carolina, at Cleveland, home Tennessee, at Colts, home Chicago before they finish out against Seattle. Now, on paper, even though it looked like a lot better of a schedule 6 weeks ago, that still seems to be filled with under normal circumstances. I think under normal circumstances, Matt, we'd be looking at 1, 2, 3 losses at max the remainder of the year based on that schedule. That's obviously changed. But again, we're blue skying it. Is there a world in which John Lynch makes at least one impact move, Purdy comes back, other folks start coming back, whether they have 4 broken ribs instead of 5, or Ricky or whomever, Kittle, and this team is able to build momentum going into the postseason and still win the NFC West? Is that blue sky to you, or is there any realism in that line of thinking?
No, I think there's realism there. I mean, they're getting Kittle back. They're going to get Pearsall back. At some point, they're going to get Ayuk back. Let's just assume that McCaffrey stays healthy. That's a potent offense. That's an offense that should be scoring 30, 35 points a game. And frankly, I think they would need to score that in order to win with their 2 defensive stars out for the season. So, yeah, I mean, there's still a formula for them to win. The issue there is that's having everybody healthy. And this team hasn't had that. I mean, you can't wish for something that just hasn't occurred this year. Whenever somebody comes back from being on IR or back from injury, 2 more people leave on this team.
Yeah.
So it's always 1 step forward, 2 steps back. That's why I'm skeptical about it. But yeah, I mean, the scenario is out there. They do have to play Rio Linda's Cam Scadaboo, who looks fantastic.
Yes.
There's some other, tougher than you would think games on the schedule. Who knows? The landscape could change again in the back half of the season. I just don't think, just with the rate that they're losing players all the time, that they're going to be able to kind of plug the dam. The dam has too many breaches in it right now to save it.
So you kind of went through a lot of that there, but just to get an idea, best guess when it comes to injury reports. We know Bosa's out for the year. We know Warner's out for the year. We know Ayuk, correct me if I'm wrong, is still a ways out. You said Kittle is imminent. Purdy, I know Jennings is going to be probably day-to-day the rest of the year. How do you see these returns staggering?
I think Kittle and Purdy are possibilities for Sunday.
Okay.
So possibilities for the Atlanta game. I think that Pearsall, I'll throw him in there too. I think Pearsall is most likely to play Sunday. I think Purdy comes next, in part because Mac Jones is probably at this point more hurt than Purdy is.
Yeah.
Mac Jones needed a pain blocker before the game, and I think you saw that. I mean, I think you saw a guy, I think it was the second snap, he dives for extra yardage. So he's feeling good out there. But by the end of the game, I wonder if that pain blocker was starting to wear off a little, because he was just planted in that pocket. He was not moving anywhere. And, the Buccaneers took advantage. He was sacked 6 times. So he's not 100%. And then Kittle, they'll want to be careful. I think that, had the Tampa game been at home, we might have seen Kittle yesterday, but they were leery of that long plane flight, and they're leery of hamstrings becoming year-long issues. So they're going to be very cautious with it. But I think all 3 of those guys probably play against the Falcons. And then Ayuk is really the big question mark now. I think the week after that, then maybe you get Ben Barch back. He's the left guard. I think that would help. And then you're talking about, okay, is this the time to open up Ayuk's practice window? And maybe you get through that MetLife game against the Cam Scadaboos and the Jackson Darts, so that your guys aren't playing on that awful turf there. And then Ayuk starts playing the week after that.
Don't think him being a Rio Linda Sac State guy that we haven't been celebrating Cam Scadaboo. I have allowed myself a couple times, and of course hindsight's 2020. I'm in no way blaming John Lynch for this whatsoever, but I just imagine, like we talked about before, dropping Christian McCaffrey in this slot, putting Scadaboo out there behind Purdy, and just seeing what the hell could happen. He would have been he'd be fun on any team, but I think he'd really be fun on the 49ers.
Yeah, imagine Kyle Juice lead blocking for Cam. I mean, people would lose their minds. They would
literally from concussions that they'd be doling out back to back. My God. That's that's going to be my happy thought today, Matt. What would it be like Juszczyk leading for Scadaboo, and then you just put McCaffrey back there for a change of pace, as we talked Matt Barrows of The Athletic. Let's talk about this Falcons game here. I don't know what the hell the Falcons are, man. I really, really don't. They're coming off a bye week. They're coming off a bye week tonight. They play Buffalo tonight at home, and then they come to San Francisco. Is there something that stands out to you, either good for Niner fans about, well, the Niners are really good against this, or bad in the sense of, well, the Falcons' strength is this? Is there anything that stands out to you about this matchup?
Well, I think that they probably have the most talented running back in the league.
Yeah.
The thing with Bijan Robinson, I think it's Bijan.
That's what he said. Robinson. He said it's Bijan. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that they're careful not to overuse him, which if you were on the 49ers, He'd be in 100% of the snaps there. So I know that fantasy owners have lamented that for a while, but he's really talented, like Saquon Barkley type talent. So, I mean, I'm sure that is going to be the Falcons' game plan, is that you get a lead on the 49ers and you just kind of wear them down. No Fred Warner from now on. I think that you test that. I do think that, playing on Monday night and then going cross country and playing in Levi Stadium, that's an advantage for the 49ers.
Sure.
So this will be an interesting one to see what the 49ers mood is like, to see if they have that fight in them. My prediction is that, as plucky as they've been, and even yesterday was impressive. They were down one score towards the end of the game in this devastating circumstance. I think that their energy level will be good for the Falcons and week 8, week 9. I just don't know about November and December. And like I said, there are 11 more games to go here, and I think it's got to take its toll. It's taken its toll physically already. Is it going to take its toll mentally, emotionally at some point? And I think there's no way around it.
In Charlie Brown, it was actually Charlie Brown that would have the rain cloud over him, especially when he pitched. And thanks to our loyal listener, Craig in Wisconsin, there was a character in the Flintstones named Schleprock who wore a gray and black striped hat, was perpetually depressed, was a friend of Pebbles and Bam Bam, and always had a cloud over his head as well. So there's the references, just to bring all that together for our audience, Matt.
Well, you were right. I owe you an apology. You nailed it. I thought you were going for Pigpen, but really you were going for eternally depressed Charlie Brown.
With the football taken away by Lucy, which is a great visual analogy for how Niner fans are feeling right now. But the season rolls on, and we got a big game. Well, they're all big games next week against Atlanta. Matt Barrows writes for The Athletic, the best coverage of the 49ers anywhere. Nobody covers that team better than Matt Barrows. We appreciate you joining us every week, and we'll talk to you a week from today, friend.
Thanks, Dave, and thanks for wearing that athletic hat during our chat. That was really awesome.
Promoting you, buddy. That's what I do. I'm here. I'm here for the gear. We'll see you next week. Have a good weekend, brother.
All right, talk to you then.
See ya. That's Matt Barrows of The Athletic. We will take a break. When we come back, what are we playing here?
We're thinking Alan Stiles will be here.
Oh.
Potentially a segment early, because we have to do What's on Deck.
Oh, we get to do What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
One way or another, we will be doing What's on Deck.
Okay.
And if not, we'll just replay 4 minutes of the show from earlier.
Okay. So, no Media Day stuff?
No.
You're not going to do that? All right. Well, Kyle's got it from here.
And we think Alan Stiles.
Okay. Well, looking forward to that. Jason Ross will be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow. I'm off to do, I like to call it charity work. It might be called golf. But a good cause from our dear friend Phil Oates and everybody associated with that. So I will see you tomorrow. Alan Stiles in early right here on Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here, talking to you about my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Now, they are upgrading their offerings to you to include plumbing, bringing that same expertise and experience into the plumbing space. They're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy Home Pros. You've heard me talk about them for years as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get a second opinion on any HVAC service or replacement, but now you can also get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. And when you really think about it, how do we know how much it's supposed to cost? At the very least, you'll know you're in the ballpark, and I can all but guarantee you they'll beat the price. They'll come out for free. They'll give you a second opinion. And all you got to do is give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
Sacramento. Buckle up. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet is dropping one day of insane DeWalt deals on October 18th. Bare tools, batteries, and kits will be at insanely low prices. Spend $1,000 on DeWalt products and get $75 off your order instantly. Spend $100 and get a lotto scratcher with prizes up to $1,000 off your next order. That's one day only. October 18th at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn Road. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Better tools, better prices.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is gonna be fun.
Yeah! It's time for What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
David, are you here? Can you hear me? David, are you here? Can you hear me? David, are you here? Can you hear me?
Nah, I'm just kidding. Dave's not here. Hi, guys. This is Kyle Ledbetter, Sactown Sports 1140. Carmichael Dave isn't here. He had to run to the charity golf tournament that is going on. Jason Ross was also here earlier, but he had to leave to go to his colonoscopy. Alan Stiles was supposed to be here at the start of this segment, but he is still on his way into the station, so all that's left is me. I guess I should mention, why is Christopher Laud not here? Christopher Laud is out today, so me, your producer for the midday show, is the only one left in the building until we get somebody else. But we got What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. You heard Dave mention this earlier. Baseball has 2 League Championship Series games going on today at the exact same times as 2 Monday Night Football games. You've got Mariners and Blue Jays Game 2. You've got Dodgers and Brewers Game 1. Both of those are at 4 and 5 o'clock, or I believe 3 and 5 o'clock today. And then at 4:15, you've got the Bills and the Falcons. And then you've got the Bears at the Commanders. That's a Monday Night Football doubleheader. I believe the Bears-Commanders game is the one you can hear on Sactown Sports tonight. I guess I didn't double-check that, but we've got that coming up for you. That's What's on Deck. It's brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. Well, we talked earlier about Keegan Murray being out for 4 to 6 weeks. He's got a UCL tear. Carmichael Dave had some thoughts that are kind of going viral on social media right now. You can see the full clip on our Twitter page, Sactown Sports. But Dave kind of had some thoughts about the comedy of the tragedy that appears to be happening for the Sacramento Kings.
Here's where the Kings are almost in a comically bad situation. If they were a normal franchise, somewhat normal franchise, this is what, based on what you laid out, which is accurate, if they were to be in the 5-12, 4-13, 6-11 range. Now, look, let me be clear. If they were to go through the stretch and somehow be 12-5, 11-6, hell, if they were somehow going to be 8-9, I would say, okay, this would change this whole parameter. What I'm about to say is based solely on the thought, and we just went over the schedule, that they will likely be somewhere in the neighborhood of 5-12, give or take a game after their first 17. If they were a normal franchise, you could actually arguably look at this Keegan Murray injury and say, if there is a bright side to it, and it's tough to bright side anyone being injured, much less Keegan, but if there was a bright side, it would be that this will send a message to the organization if anybody left that was on the fence. It would send a clear message that, you're not competing this season. And you can either try to do all this crazy short-term stuff to squeeze out a play-in or a first-round exit, which is what we thought the ceiling was anyways, or you can just accept that you're not going to be, as we said last Friday, almost certainly, like this year, and we haven't even started it yet, so I get why people are frustrated. This year's a throwaway year. Sorry, it is. And we're going to stay consistent with that. It's this year, there's no hope. I'll say it again, there is zero hope this season. Any hope you claim to have, and it's fine if you do, you're absolutely fooling yourself. There's no hope of any relevant competition this year. The best you can hope for is a play-in or a first-round exit. That's it. If that's what you're hoping, you may get that. Odds are you're missing the whole slew of everything. So that would be the signal that we've been hoping, many of us, because we don't speak as one unit, that we've been hoping the franchise would get and go, okay, well, then we need to operate that way, which means that all of our focus needs to be on trying to move DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and I understand being on the fence on this one, but perhaps even Domantas Sabonis, in an effort to clear everything out, get our youth in there, reset with players that are on our timeline. I'm not talking about tank. I don't think they're going to need to tank. I think that they're already going to be bad. But to put themselves in a financial position to start gathering youngs and picks and try to Detroit, San Antonio, Houston, OKC, whatever their way back into contention in a couple of years. Because when we looked at the salary tables on Friday, we pointed out that they don't have any breathing room as it stands right now, any significant breathing room for another 2 years. And you might say, well, what good is that going to do? We don't draft well. What good is that going to do? The draft isn't a guarantee. You're right. I don't have a good response for that because there isn't a truthfully good response. What I can tell you is that a 10, 20, 30%, whatever percentage you want to put on us hitting in the draft with even a career NBA player that's going to have a 10-year career, much less be an all-star or a superstar, those odds are far, far, far better than this team competing for a title at any point. There's absolutely no chance. And yes, it sucks because you would think, well, we should have started this earlier, or the De'Aaron Fox trade should have kicked this whole thing off. Yes, you're right about all of that. You're 100% correct. But if you don't start now, You're going to be saying in 2 years, we should have started 2 years ago. And Keegan Murray being out, Keegan is arguably, now Jason and I wouldn't say we disagree. We're both on the fence here. You could make a great argument that Keegan Murray is actually even more important than Sabonis when it comes to who can you least stand to lose. Sabonis is a better player. He's a better player, full stop, all around right now. But Keegan Murray is our best two-way player. He's arguably our best. Well, Keon is, but he's our best all-around defender. In other words, Keegan can defend more positions than Keon Ellis. But and this has been a problem since I sat with Monty McNair at training camp last year, and you guys, some of you will remember us sitting face-to-face and me asking Monty, because who the hell was it, Jordan McLaughlin or whatever we were coming to the year with, whatever his name is, what are we doing at the 4? We have nothing legit at the 4. We have a problem at the 4. Here we are 2 years later. Well, okay, to be fair, a year later. And a De'Aaron Fox trade later. And a draft later. And we have no more depth. We're so poor at power forward that we've been playing poor Keegan Murray out of position and putting him at the 4. And before that, it was Harrison Barnes, who is also not a power forward. But he's more of a power forward than Keegan is. As it stands right now, if you just move everybody down, you would have Keon Ellis moving into the starting lineup, and then you would have Zach LaVine at the 3 and DeMar DeRozan at the 4. To be clear, DeMar DeRozan is 6'6", 220. Zach LaVine is 6'5", 200. And obviously, Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder aren't doing it.
Also, I'm a nerd, so the nerd stats say like Zach LaVine was like one of the worst defenders in the NBA last year.
Because he is.
But like, you don't understand, people. He was like really bad.
And now you're asking him to defend threes, which is probably the most difficult of all 5 positions. It has the most talent at that position, the 2 and the 3.
Guard Kevin Durant.
Yeah, good luck.
Yes, I agree exactly with you, Dave. Anyways, so on the other side of this break, we've got Alan Stiles joining us for some crosstalk and celebrity birthdays. That's all coming up next right here on Sactown Sports.
The Sacramento Kings are geared up for the new season. Training camp competition is fierce.
He's got the two-pointer. Download the Sactown Sports app to keep you informed everywhere you go.
One place, all your Sacramento Kings news. Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Sacramento Kings basketball is back. Be there for opening night at Golden One Center on Friday, October 24th, when the Kings take on the Utah Jazz at 7 p.m. Following opening night, the Kings will take on the LA Lakers on October 26th and then the Golden State Warriors on November 5th. Don't miss these marquee matchups and more great games coming to Golden One Center this season. Head to kings.com/tickets to secure your seat to be part of the action.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm? I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those
Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Cal Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Footballs are flying. The days are getting shorter. Fall is officially here. Will your heater be able to get you through the winter? The heater at Whiteywood shut down last winter, so who did we call? Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. We wanted somebody we could trust to do the job right and deliver great value, and Lee's came through. Check them out at leesair.com. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating has built a reputation as the leading HVAC company in Sacramento. We've got a new HVAC system that works great, saves us money month to month. Find out how they can help you at leesair.com. License number 635355.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No Carmichael Dave. No Jason Ross.
No anyone.
No Christopher Laud. There's literally nobody here.
Talk about mailing it in, right?
It's Monday.
Talk about, so where is everybody? Dave is, so what is Dave's handicap? I mean, this dude is golfing. Isn't it supposed to rain today? Is he actually golfing? It's literally going to rain. When is he going to golf?
I don't know, man. There's a big celebrity golf tournament going on, and Dave's in a group with Brad Miller, and we'll see what happens.
Golfing in the rain. We had an ad about golfing in the rain. It's supposed to be even more fun.
I did see that. Yeah, Frank LaRosa.
Yes.
Love golf to go. So anyways, Dave left to go to that. Jason had his colonoscopy, so he was here for an hour, and then he had to, do his thing. And then
they're not that bad.
No, I don't think so.
You've never had one.
Gross. I'm not saying that it's bad or good. I'm just saying it's probably fine.
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine.
Yeah. So anyways, Jason had to go do his colonoscopy, and then Christopher Laud, who knows where Christopher Laud is?
It's Monday. It's a huge Monday.
I mean, it's really not.
It's a huge, every opportunity you have to be better each and every day, it's a huge day. And it's a huge Monday for me.
Did you hear Dave's response to Monday Motivation today?
I was driving in and I heard he didn't like the music, and then he didn't like the quote either.
Yeah, he was just like, be pessimistic all the time.
Yeah.
And because then life will surprise you when it's not as awful.
Yeah, I mean this is Dave's shtick. This is what he does. I mean, this is where Dave. I saw he tweeted the tank once we found out about Keegan Murray's injury, and this is where Dave goes to work, right? When he can talk about tanking and just be a doomer. When Dave can be a Kings doomer, he does his absolute best work.
Speaking of which, Alan, since they dragged me in at 4:30 in the morning with technology that doesn't work, should we hijack their show and run the tankathon?
We can.
Just saying,
We can, since Dave wants to talk about tanking.
Yeah, how do we hijack their show more? Because now the Alan Styles show's taken over.
But that's right. All right, I'm going to run it. It's a big day. All right. For those who are hanging around, as the Alan Styles Show starts in about 15 minutes, we run the Tankathon. We run it every day to see if the Kings finish where Tankathon.com believes they are going to finish, where they will fall in the lottery. There is a simulator for the lottery. So we run it every day. Some days it's good, some days it is not good. And today, with the third pick in the NBA draft, the Kings take someone. The Kings take a young wing. The Kings take someone under 20. Here are the rules. You got a dating profile. You got to be, I'm sorry, you got to be under 23. You got to be taller than 6'6". Those are my rules. The NBA draft Tinder profile. Under 20, actually, Kyle, the Kings draft Tinder profile, under the age of 21, 6'6" or taller. Those are my rules.
And can play power forward.
And can play power forward.
If it's like if you're 7 foot, great, but got to be at least 6'6".
That's it. Got to be at least 6'6". Got to be under 21. Those are the rules. And at the number 3 pick, we've jumped up 3 spots with the Heat actually jumping up 9 spots in this one. That would be crazy. That is what we're going to do. Speaking of the Heat, only Eric Spoelstra can continue this going because Khalil Ware looks incredible, but he just keeps saying he's okay. Yeah. Right? He keeps doing this thing. He's okay. He's okay. If you listen to the Alan Stiles show, you know that I had a close friend that went to Indiana, that follows Indiana. He said the Kings need to take Khalil Ware. The Kings did not take Khalil Ware. And we didn't even talk about this on the show, Kyle. He looks ridiculous. He's step back threes now. Step back threes?
He's going to be really good, dude. But Eric Spoelstra says he has to grow up.
Yeah, he's also immature.
Yeah, he's immature and needs to grow up. And, maybe he's not that good, even though he's put up 29 and 12 in preseason games.
By the way, we're keeping things going with the Kimpton Sawyer giveaway. And that is coming up at 12 o'clock on the Alan Stiles show. So you're not going to want to miss that. Ramsey is behind the glass for us today. We're also going to be joined. This is the first time, people. Okay, Brandon Nunes has been on the show. He's been doing a great job for us. Check out all of his good work. One of the best Kings media members to follow on X. Brandon's going to join us. He's becoming a staple to the show, and we really, really love that. We're also going to be joined, first time in a very long time, I think his kid can probably walk now, Frankie Cardicelli.
No way.
We have brought Frankie Cardicelli. Yes.
I'm missing the boom?
From out of the depths of fatherhood, Frankie Cardicelli will join us. That's from 11 to 12 to talk all things Kings, the Keegan Murray injury. But throughout the show, obviously we're talking about Fred Warner and the black cat that is walking around the Niners organization. It's just bad stuff. You saw the Fred Warner injury. You saw Tez Johnson's reaction to it. That's exactly how I reacted to it. Then Tez Johnson proceeds to make one of the most ridiculous catches I've ever seen. Then did a round-off backflip. That dude definitely did gymnastics because, look, everybody knows a dude that can do a backflip. That was a very choreographed backflip round-off. That's not normal. That was not normal.
I made fun of him on Friday. I was like, who is Tez Johnson, this generic third receiver?
You actually did.
Yes, and he caught a 45-yard touchdown and did a backflip.
You actually did. And Tez Johnson would have been the hero for Schmal and Miles and his prop talk if only Tet McMillan of the Panthers decided to do anything. And I don't know how – it's one of those weird things where the Panthers – ridiculous offensive blowout to beat the Cowboys. But, it's one of those guys where you touch something and someone's like, Ferguson has a streak of 3 games straight with a touchdown, and then you'll see somebody say, "Don't worry, let me put some U.S. currency on that. I'll shut that down real quick."
That's Tet McMillan.
That was Tet McMillan for not me, but my evil twin, Schmal and Miles.
So since I'm not going to get to talk to you today after this, I do have a funny story of my football watching experience that I think you'll appreciate. So I was in San Diego this weekend. I went to visit my family, and I spent Sunday at my grandma's house.
Okay.
Very basic cable, like she gets 100 channels at most, basically. So I'm just watching whatever's on. And the only games that were on in the 10 o'clock window, the only game was Chargers-Dolphins.
Oh, man.
Truly disgusting.
Oh, man.
And in the afternoon, the only game on was Titans-Raiders.
Oh, my God.
So my entire football watching experience was just garbage football on Sunday. Just watching Chargers-Dolphins, which was actually a fine game, but just watching that, you both deserve to lose. And Titans-Raiders, which was just gross. Like, I actively was hating watching Geno Smith throw interceptions.
Ridiculous. And the Raiders won, so there's that. I feel bad because my father, he'll do a little setup and he'll put a little bit of cash on some teams. And he's not a fan of any NFL team, but he'll come to me and say, "What do you think?" And I feel so bad because the worst read of the day for me was that's a classic Raiders game to win. And I think when I was talking with him, he said, "I'm sick of the Raiders and I'm gonna go with the Titans, and I should have told him, no. Initially, I said, yeah, I mean, they stink, right? But then once I thought about it, and I think we talked about it on air, Kyle, that was the most obvious Raider win you could cook up. The Titans trying to gain some momentum. The Raiders have lost 4 straight. That was the most obvious Raider win, and he called me, and I have not called him back. I just did not. I legitimately missed the call, but I just haven't called him back because I know he's going to say, you told me to take the Raiders. I was like, you said you wanted to take the Raiders. I said, why not? I didn't tell you to take the Raiders.
Not only a Raider win, that exact score.
Yeah, I didn't tell you to take the Raiders. Kyle, are we going to do celebrity birthdays?
We got celebrity birthdays presented by Crumble Cookies. Hey, has everyone on the morning show completely abandoned you and left the midday show here to clean up the scraps? Get a Crumble Cookie. Lord knows I need a Crumble Cookie after the show. I thought I was going to cry at some point today, but I didn't, and I'm proud of myself.
Good job, Kyle.
All right, so we've got Alan Stiles versus Ramsey Barker back here on the celebrity birthdays. We'll start off with happy birthday to Sacha Baron Cohen, Mr. Borat.
Oh,
my wife. How old is Borat?
62?
Oh, Ramsey, you got a guess for us?
I don't know, 52. I don't even know who the dude is.
We got 54. Happy birthday, Ramsey.
Ramsey got that one.
Ramsey got it right. Happy birthday to Ashanti.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to sound like Dave. This is not going to feel good. I'm going to say Ashanti is 47.
I think I'm going to go lower than that. I think she's 43.
We are split down the middle, 45 for Ashanti. Happy birthday, Doc Rivers.
Man.
It's not Blake's fault.
You know my whole thing about Doc? I don't know if I can say this.
Sure.
The hair, I think his hair is tattooed.
What?
It's always the same length. It's always the same length, and it starts at the same spot.
Alan's accusing him of the Carlos Boozer treatment.
I think he got,
Is this worse than Carlos? I think this is worse than Carlos
Doc
Boozer.
has a tattooed scalp.
Yeah, because Boozer, at least is just polished. Tattoo is crazy.
It's it's the same thing. It doesn't go away. It doesn't come. All right. Doc Rivers and his tattooed hair is, people will tattoo their eyebrows. Same thing. Doc Rivers, let's see, Austin is probably in his 30s. Doc Rivers is 64.
I think Doc is 62.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Alan Stiles.
On the board.
On the board, 64. Happy birthday, former Kings coach and player Reggie Theus.
I don't know this one.
On the original Kings team, if that helps.
Oh. 70?
66.
Split down the middle, 68 for Reggie Theus. Happy birthday, Paul Simon of Simon and Garfunkel.
I mean, look, I love their music. I'm just trying to figure out. When they all in, remember the Titans? Was there a lot of Simon and Garfunkel?
I'll take your word for it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot remember. Kyle's 12.
I've seen it, but I don't know the soundtrack.
Simon, you said?
This is Simon.
Okay. Like that would help me.
Not Garfunkel.
Oh, man. You know what? 80. I don't know. 80.
74.
Alan's closest, 84. Last but not least, Paul Pierce.
Oh, Paul. Oh, Paul. Oh, Paul. Paul Pierce. He played for a while. I'm going to say he's 42.
49.
Ramsey's closer, 48 for Paul Pierce.
All righty. Thank you I know what Matt Barrows was on today. I heard him. Kyle, great job. I know there was a ton going on. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, the part-time host. Alan Stiles coming up next. Ramsey behind the glass for you. We got the giveaway. We're still